Okay, we're recording now. Now, somebody was suggesting before that we actually have some kind of an intro.
I was suggesting it.
Yeah, Matt was suggesting.
Barbershop Quartet. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Which one of us is baritone?
Me, obviously.
Yeah, Chica's going to carry the baritone. I'm going to do soprano, but I need an operation first. So, saving up. Okay.
I was mostly just mentioning it because it's like if somebody jumps onto a video halfway through, then they might not know who we are and who we're playing. Just player name and character or whatever.
Care. Yeah.
But they probably don't care. You're probably right, and it's probably not needed. So
yeah, it's probably a great idea. We'll work on it. I'm still learning.
It's YouTube. Can they not just go to episode 1?
Okay, but anyways, does anybody remember what's going on?
Nope.
I remember the airlock situation. That was
that was actually that was my MVP moment. I actually made the episode after that.
I remember that was the name of the episode. Yeah. I think I sat in a chair
people in space.
Yeah, I sat in a chair and told people how to shoot things. So
yeah.
I listened to you guys deal with some situations on the planet. Yeah.
Yeah, you sat there for the first like hour and a half. Like
I did my job.
Could y'all just not? We got some new people, Shirley and Nikki.
Surly.
Surly. Not Shirley.
Surly.
No
don't
temples
call me
here.
Shirley.
Surly.
Surly, don't call me Shirley Temple. Yep.
Yeah.
That's his full name.
They were bringing us food.
They brought you food and supplies, because you guys now have so many more people on the ship. You weren't going to make it otherwise.
Yeah, and they broke their ship in the process
by pirates. So they're now aboard the freighter.
But their ship is still docked to our ship, right?
Well, no, you had to pull up next to it. It's not so much docked as it just like parked right next to your airlock.
Okay. Are we able? We can tow their ship.
It's just you with 2 arms holding
them.
You
can try to tow it. I mean, that would be more Bruce's expertise than mine, if that's a thing.
Yeah, I just not sure. I guess they just want to claim the insurance for the ship anyway.
Well, yeah,
so.
he had. Luckily, they have good insurance. They
Yeah,
drive through pirate lanes quite a bit. So he didn't seem that concerned about the ship. He just double checked his insurance was caught up.
It's the seventh ship I've lost this week.
Yeah. They weren't too attached.
I've only gone out 5 times.
Yeah, but it's so a man and his daughter who is in right now kind of just doing homework in the corner.
Just got a test.
Yeah, she might come to Bruce occasionally for questions.
I would help.
So just in case you guys forgot, so they had been assaulted by some pirate marauders, but one of the ships had flown off and gone through the hyperlane.
Got lucky.
I got 5 successes and 3 advantages to help on her homework. I just did a quick intellect roll.
Oh, good.
With no difficulty, right?
Yeah, so it's far as you're concerned, this is like kiddie school stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, she's high school, but this is just basic.
Oh, that was so.
Not only that, you're able to teach it in such a way that it really connects, like maybe a song, some sort of mnemonic.
So 200 years ago for me.
Yeah,
I got a success and 3 threats.
Yeah. Luckily, the Imperium have a song about this. That we teach in kindergarten.
I feel threatened by you trying to teach her things.
Chica's either sitting really still, or you were froze, I think.
Yeah, I froze. All of you went frozen. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
Hopefully it's better. I think.
Well, I remember you guys did that to me that one time, so now I always wonder if you're just sitting really still.
Like,
we would never do that to you. Come on.
You've done it already, and I have video evidence.
Wait, you record these?
Yeah.
I didn't give my permission.
Roman doesn't know he's got a following.
I wouldn't go that far yet. All right. Now, so you guys are heading towards the hyperlane. You're still on red alert. You may notice.
It would, I can see it.
Well, their concern being that one ship that escaped through the hyperlane did something on a turn that you weren't aware of.
Something.
Yes. It took a turn, but you did nothing visible.
Are we able to scan internal systems?
Well, yes, you could have, but it's gone now.
No, I mean like scan our ship's internal
yes, of course.
systems to see if
Yeah,
is something messed with the navigation or whatever, because like our navigation system has been hacked before. So
It has been. So if you want to join Dita with that,
sure, yeah.
why don't you make an astrogation? Oh, computers. You're doing computer scan. So computer check
yeah.
with advantage, because Dita's would also be helping with that.
With advantage means +1 blue dice. What's my difficulty?
Yeah, no, +1 blue die. Oh, difficulty probably just 2.
Can I add him a dice? I'll just tell him the caps lock key is on or something.
Maybe a nice neck massage.
Can you double hack?
While he's working.
We'll start.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't do that well. I got 2 advantages and 2 failures. That is the lowest I think I've ever rolled on a computer's check.
Yeah, you get
use that
you find out that she
Get it out
has
of the way.
like Minesweeper in there, and you're just distracted, I guess.
Yeah.
There's too many mines.
This is the first time Bruce has played a game in his 240-year life. Yeah.
You can play games on these things.
He's sucked right in, and you won't hear from him for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All right.
He builds a computer algorithm to beat Minesweeper perfectly every
But
time.
so where is everybody then? So I'm assuming Bruce, you're up there on the bridge with Dita.
I'm playing
then.
Minesweeper. Yep.
Minesweeper up on the bridge.
Well, I'm definitely not near Lazardo in the airlock. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, mainly with pockets and Pasha, what I want to know is if are you on the turrets right now?
Yeah. Well, we still were from the end there, weren't
Yeah.
we?
So you're
Yeah.
staying.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there and I'm just reliving
the red
it, and
alert's
I'm
still
going,
I'm
on,
only throw that.
well.
I'm only throwing that out because it's red alert. So technically, they want
Yeah.
everybody at stations.
Yeah.
If you're on red alert, you should stay on the
Yeah,
cannons.
totally. Yeah.
Okay.
And Lazardo, keep manning that airlock.
It was
Don't
beautiful.
let
Roman.
anybody in.
Yeah, well, I'm still recovering from my brief exposure to vacuum.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody in, but maybe let people out.
Yeah. The one-way door.
A mushroom comes off. Ah!
no,
All right.
my son.
So you're going through a space jump.
Ooh,
And,
exciting.
well, it's like a hyperlane. So you're gonna see, like in Star Wars or Star Trek, when all the stars, you kind of see them in the sky, and all of a sudden they go zipping by.
Yep.
That's basically what you're doing. You're kind of basically going through a wormhole.
But are we-
gone plaid?
Space.
Are we? I was gonna say that.
What was that?
Oh, I jumped again.
Have we gone plaid?
Haven't gone plaid yet. I do know the reference though. All right,
Ludicrous
you're
speed.
still in gingham territory. I'm going to be honest, I don't really know the difference between plaid and gingham. They look kind of the same to me.
Mhm.
Uh-uh.
Gingham is like picnic, isn't it? Picnic
I don't
table.
even know that term. So
Oh, well, actually, you know what's funny is I learned that word in French before I knew it in English.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to pull up something here, my notes.
Bryant just subtly
What is the
flexing
difference
on the
between
party.
gingham and
Yeah.
plaid?
You're making me learn words in the middle of playing a game. This
Yeah,
is
sorry
not
about
fair.
that.
Next, he's gonna ask us some maths.
Okay.
Or
Or
reverse
backwards
math.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Now, so you're soon gonna pull out of this hyperlane. I don't know how long these jumps last. I'm gonna be honest. For all I know, it could be an hour or so. I have no idea. I'll have to look into it. But when you pull out,
You could
And
likely tell
stop.
us any time frame, and we
Yeah.
would believe you.
let's say
Yeah.
it was 15 minutes in this
4 days
this
later.
hyperlane, and then you're gonna come out of the jump, and you're going to see this large ship that would be easily identifiable. Now, I don't know if you guys remember from last time, there was a signature in the transponders from those pirate marauders,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Remember what
Ghost
that
ship,
was?
right?
They were ghosts.
So you jump out, you're actually going to see a large ghost cruiser, which is fairly identifiable because just like their armor, their ships tend to have certain kind of glowish, whitish blue runes carved into them, like kind of etches that go along the surfaces. So it's pretty
Nice.
identifiable. The marauder ships don't look like that. They actually look more like either a SAR or Mentak hodgepodge of pieces. This one's clearly a ghost ship. And when you jump in, you're going to see that plus the marauder, plus 2 marauders actually. And
Are
you're
they
gonna-
fighting?
Yes, you need to roll cool. So because you're on red alert, everybody's on their stations. This is going to be a roll for cool.
Is it a initiative roll or is it
Initiative, yes.
Oh
Because
no.
what I took a level 3 skill that lets me use vigilance for all my initiative rolls.
Well, absolutely use your vigilance then.
Yay!
Am I distracted enough by Minesweeper that I can use vigilance.
You know what? I love that argument so much. I'll go for it.
Oh, look at that.
You were totally caught off guard because you're like almost there. You have 3 mines left.
Yep.
You're at that point where you have to make a guess 50-50. It's you don't know for sure.
Okay, what other
Okay.
initiative skills do I have?
This is much
Heightened
better.
awareness.
I got a
Oh, that
I got a
doesn't affect
5.2.
anybody.
I got a 0.2.
Nice.
Zero.
Right in the
Okay.
right in the
React.
same ballpark, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
twos.
yeah.
What's the
Sorry, so
triumph?
Bruce was
for?
5.2.
Yeah, mine was 5.2. Tika got a 0.2.
Okay.
Roman, I think the triumph counts as just a success for it, right?
Well,
I
for
thought we said
triumph, we're
3,
counting
didn't
it
we?
as 3. Yeah.
Oh, right, 3. Right.
So Roman, what was your total?
Lazardo is 4.1.
Oh, I'm still winning.
4.1 for Lazardo. Okay, and Pasha.
All right, I'm just figuring it out. I am using one of my skills to get an auto hit.
You would.
2.4.
2.4.
Yep.
Okay, and then I'm just going to group the freighter crew together for simplicity.
All right. Shout out to Minesweeper. Keeps you vigilant.
Destroying mines left and right. We don't want to blow up.
Okay.
I mean, could be
So,
fun.
PC.
I could make a new character.
PC. PC.
Never make another character like that character.
Pirates.
Now the next one will be more punchy. It'll fit in better with you guys.
Freighter.
I think it's good.
And
You need the balance.
The yang to the yin.
okay. So it's going to go 3 PC slots. So 3 slots for you guys.
Yes,
Hello, how's it going there, Shrek?
Cool.
We have an intruder. Just kidding. We don't mind. We love having you. All right. And then the pirates are going to go. And then the freighter people are going to go. And then there's one more PC slot.
Okay.
Excellent. So you have a ghost ship, like a cruiser, a larger ship, not quite as big as the freighter, but pretty big. And 2 little marauders.
Okay.
Who's going first?
What do we think, gang? Are we siding with the marauders or are we siding with the ghosts? Because I don't know if either of them are that friendly.
You know the little ones are jerks, so
You want to side with the big one and then take our chances?
Yep.
yeah.
Okay. I think if I start, I can probably jam or scan a shield or something like that, right? Or scan the enemy. What was the good thing that I can do? Is it fire discipline? On success, add blue to the next attack made from the ship vehicle. Affect 1 extra attack per. Oh, okay, so I can affect multiple attacks if I do my fire discipline, or if I jam them. That's not what I wanted. Sorry, I'm just trying to
Oh, that's okay. Does anybody
get
want
back
me
into
to
the
send
swing.
the link to the crew actions?
Yes,
I'm just rereading
please.
it.
Okay. Yeah, I actually have a simplified one here that might
Oh, it
be
was-
easier to read.
It was slicing the systems is what I was doing, right? On a success, reduce the target's defense in a zone by 1 for 1 round per success.
Yeah, slice the enemy. Yeah, big
Yeah,
cost.
I think I'm
It's a
gonna do
hard
that.
computers check for that.
Yeah, it's a 3 purple, but my computers is semi-decent.
So this link here that I just put in the chat should have a pretty straightforward
Okay.
little chart.
Either way, I'm going to start off with that, Brian. I'm going to aim for, I guess, the closest marauder,
Okay.
and we'll try to slice his system down a little bit.
Okay.
And I got 2 successes. So
Excellent.
reduce the target's defense in 1 zone by 1 for 1 round per success, it looks like. So his defense in 1 zone is reduced by 2.
Okay. Right. So we'll put sorry, I just have to pull up the ship stats here.
The only problem with this one is it looks like it doesn't list aim. So that I'm like, ooh, what else are you missing if you don't got aim for a maneuver?
Probably
Unless I'm
assist.
blind. Assist.
Should be able to aim, shouldn't you?
Oh, I think so. It's just, yeah, this thing doesn't list it.
Okay, so they're basically the ships, the Marauder, the closest one, the front defense is down to 0. Because all it has is that like one directional shield on the front.
Yeah. There you go, guys. Take a shot. That'll be Pockets or Pasha probably to take
Yeah,
a
so you
shot.
still have, yep. And don't forget, you guys have story points.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we never forget about those.
Okay,
We just don't want to give them to you.
yeah,
That's
well, I
the
have,
problem.
I have
An
one
even
already.
bigger ship arrives, and it's on our side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to shoot at these
Yeah,
schools.
Probably should. You probably got a better chance than I do.
Maybe. So I am going to, yeah, I'll shoot at the one that the shield is more down. So I'm going to aim first as a maneuver.
Okay,
And then I shall, ooh, I
you
could
can aim twice if you really want.
Strain.
Yeah,
I still, well, I have some strain. Yeah, it's okay. I'll just aim once. And yeah, I will shoot them with a gun.
Okay,
Oh yeah.
Boom.
So, oh, I don't know what the base damage is, sorry, on this turret, but I got 6 successes.
okay,
What
so
did
your
you-
turret is...
What did you add for difficulty on that? Are we?
Oh,
Oh,
difficulty.
sorry,
I
you're
forgot about
right.
difficulty.
You'd actually be at close, it'd be 1 difficulty.
Okay, perfect. Let's roll a purple and we'll see.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
That was
one,
easy.
One threats are counteracted by advantages,
Advantage,
though, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it'd still be 6 successes.
Wow.
6
And a threat.
successes?
Yeah.
It's dead.
Wow. Okay, so that's a total of 12 Yeah. So
Yeah.
so
Got
you-
aiming.
yeah. So you take your careful shot. You line up with the cockpit. I mean, it's just a small little ship. You just line up and just fire your turret right through the front windshield. This thing just obliterates.
I was gonna say you
I
said
hope
ship.
that was the bad guy.
Yeah.
You said ship. I think you meant pile of dust.
Yes, it is not a ship anymore. It
Space
is
dust.
basically a firework, expended firework at this point.
So did you what?
Yeah,
Chip
that
a
actually
nail?
that literally
when you were
one
doing it?
shot. That even with the armor's soap, that one shotted that little ship.
You got that.
Yeah,
you
they
got
seem
that
pretty
threat?
squishy.
You
Yeah.
got that threat. You must have just chipped a nail or something. I don't know.
Well, technically, it was counter. I had 1 success, so it's
All right.
just.
Oh,
Well,
there
the
you
good
go.
news is that makes my math a lot easier. A lot less to keep track of all of a sudden. All right, you
Yep.
guys have another slot before they go.
You want me to take a shot?
We got one other small
Between
one.
you and Lazardo.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
just
another
looking out
little
the
guy.
window, so
Yeah. Well, you know what? Lazaro got a nice view of that.
He takes his turn to microwave some popcorn.
So are you going, Ken?
Yeah, I'll take a
So
shot at the other one.
this one will have a black die because this one does have its shield up still.
Okay. So I get a purple and a black. Is
Yeah,
that what
purple
you're
and a
telling me?
black. Yeah.
Let's roll. I'm gonna do an aim as well and another aim.
Okay.
Stay on target.
That's the 2 strain, right?
I got 3 successes and 4 advantage. Is that a crit?
Let me just check your ship weapon. I think it is, but I'll just double check here.
Yeah, I thought it was crit on 3, right?
I think it's crit on a 3 or 4. It's crit on 3. So yeah. All right.
Well,
So sorry, let's do the damage first. What was your total successes again?
3 successes,
Okay.
and then I'll do a crit and I'll pass a dice over to the next
Okay, well let's calculate this crit. So Matt, do you want to roll your
Yeah.
your
68.
68, okay.
Do you have something you can throw at them, Lazardo? Open the airlock and throw something at them.
Oh,
I'll just pull out my stun gauntlets and jump at them. Maybe I can break in the airlock.
You can certainly try. I hope you can hold your breath.
Oh wait, yeah, I can put on an environment suit first. Shouldn't we all do that in a battle?
I mean, maybe not all of us.
Okay.
What's the worst that could happen?
Death, I believe, is the worst case
Yeah.
scenario.
Well, as Pockets learned, just because your ship gets, messed up, doesn't mean you instantly die.
Mhm,
Just
mhm.
means it's floating in space and you have some amount of time.
For anybody that needs it, I was
Okay,
able
so
to
sorry, Matt,
share
what was the total for your critical injury roll?
68.
I was able to share the Starship Actions PDF in our chat.
Okay.
Thanks, Roman.
Thank you, Roman.
I forgot I downloaded it.
This ship is smoking. It's not visible what that crit would have done to it, unless
Unless
it's
we know
not-
what the table is.
Yeah, unless you look
Okay.
up the table. But your characters who don't have that, it's not going to be apparent, obvious what just happened. But yeah, the other little ship there is just smoking. It's a smoking wreck. But it's still moving, still coming at you. Now it's their turn.
Unfortunately, it still has a smoking gun.
Yes. So it's actually going. Who's in the front turret?
I guess it could be me.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say it could be what's her name. Sag. I always forget her name.
Mom.
Baghdad?
Alex
Call her
mom.
Mom.
Yeah. We'll just call her mom. Mom's in one of these turrets as well.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll put her on the front because she would be point because it's her ship, not
Is
yours.
she gonna die?
I don't know because this guy still has to roll his hit.
Okay.
Oh boy. In
Mom!
Dungeon Master terms, that means yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'd
Well, let's
rather
see.
have her be on that turret than me.
I could roll a percentile die
He's
and
got
see
a
who it
family.
is.
No, I'm not on the front one.
I mean, she did raise a real creep, so.
Ken, you want to be high or low?
Nope,
Okay.
that never works. Who wants to open the chest when they say it
So-
like that?
So
I
the
don't.
little marauder comes in shooting towards mom's turret, and he misses, but he's putting so much heavy fire on it that she actually has to kind of duck out of it. Yeah, so she's just not gonna be able to fire on her turn. So they missed, but they had a lot of advantage. Okay. All right, now the big ship, you might see a missile shooting out of it towards you.
Towards us. Oh,
Yes.
Oh,
man.
no.
A missile coming at you.
To go to the Marauder, right?
That's not very
Well,
nice.
maybe it's coming you're very close to the Marauder, so maybe it's targeted the Marauder. However,
we
its
do-
large cannon atop of it is shooting you directly.
Oh,
All right.
can we
Rude.
do spoof missiles? How does that work?
That would be on your turn because the missile will take a round to get to you.
Oh, okay, okay.
So you can spoof the missile to try to make it more difficult for it to hit you.
We'd probably shoot it down too.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could also try to shoot it down. It'd be a called shot, basically. Okay, so let me check their weapon stats here.
I'm just eating my rations at the same time here.
Aqua. Eat a gummy.
Okay, so it
Mm.
goes 9, 10, 11, 12 minus 210. Okay. The ship is rocked. Like you can feel it. Like on the old Star Trek where the ship gets hit and everybody starts flying in all these different directions. You're hit pretty
Whoa.
hard. As far as you can tell, there's no hull breach or anything like that. But the lights might flicker and you can definitely feel it. And for a ship this size, that's quite an impact. And then on
Great.
the next turn, that missile's headed for you. So on their next turn, it will collide if you haven't done anything.
All right. I've learned my lesson a few times now. We can never trust Bryant. Everything that we see, we kill.
Yeah, kill everything you see. Turn
Yep.
into murder hobos. Okay, so
We shot first, right?
yeah,
Well, we shot the little guys
you
that
shot
were
the little
attacking the
guys.
big guy, and now the big guy has
Actually,
shot at us.
at no point did I say they were attacking the big guy.
Well,
No.
you did.
No,
Did you? I thought I asked that
You
specifically.
assumed,
I
and
asked if they were fighting.
inside I was laughing because I could tell you could think you thought that. They're
Oh.
from this guy. They're short range.
I tried to ask that as a question.
Oh,
if they
did
were
you?
fighting
I'm
each
sorry.
other, yes.
I might have
so
been distracted. No, they weren't fighting. They were all waiting for you. This is like the boss ship of
Perfect.
these little guys.
Well, he will die.
Yes.
We're gonna have to do
Maybe.
a
We'll
video
see how it
replay
goes.
here.
Okay, so the crew here. So Dita for her turn, and Calix, the ex co-pilot, is trying to evade. You know, they're trying to like putting up repairs, trying to just scan the system for damage, things like that. They're both kind of just working on that. Marie's trying to veer a little bit away from the ship. You can see that the ghost ship is trying to close in, get closer.
The big ghost ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Marie's trying to steer away from it, but the freighter feels you can feel it's a little clunkier than the ghost ship.
Oh, our one engine freighter isn't keeping up that well.
Yeah.
It's held together by duct tape and
But
hope.
don't fret, because I have good news. Is that it's your turn.
All right, Roman.
I guess it's Lazardo's turn.
Well, what does it take to spoof a missile? Can I do that from where I am?
Yeah. So it would be let me just pull up.
Vigilance or computers.
Sure.
Computers is a 2 difficulty. Vigilance is a 3 difficulty. Don't know which one you're better at, but those would be my suggestions. The other thing you can do is, because we're top of the round, I can try to do the spoof if you want
This
to
is
do
actually the
something
bottom
else,
of
right?
this is the bottom of the round, and then somebody else can, and then
Yeah.
Matt could take, or Bruce could take over for spoofing.
So if there's something that you're better at, by all means, you can leave the attempted spoofing to me.
No, well, no, let me just give it a go. There's nothing else going on. Maybe we can
Sure.
both give it a try,
Sure.
but I might get lucky. Let's see, clear dice. Clear dice. Oh, it's refresh.
What do you think of just making that jump to hyperspace instead?
And bye. Let's go back.
Go right by them.
I got 1 advantage and 3 failures.
Okay. All right. You were trying to spoof. Is that what was going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beep boop. Boop.
You're lost. You found like the captain's private journal in there.
I type with 1 finger.
Her
sipping my tea.
fanfic.
Yeah.
It pulls Minesweeper open on my screen.
There's your problem.
Yeah. Well, the good news is you can pass a blue die to the next person.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Get 'em,
So, whoever
Bruce.
wants, so now we're back at the top.
Okay, so you guys want me to try to spoof these missiles?
Spoof. Spoof.
Use vehicle systems to disrupt missiles. Okay, so
Yeah,
computer.
Push me away from the
computery spoofing.
controls.
Oh, we're on different control panels. I don't have to push, which is good because I'm not very strong. Um, So if successful, any attacks against the crew member's vehicle using weapons with a guided quality upgrades difficulty by 1, +1 upgrade per additional whatever that symbol is.
2 advantage. So every 2 advantage, you can make it a +1 more difficult.
Well, let's roll terribly. How's that?
That sounds fantastic for them.
All right. Well, I got 1 threat.
That's
in
it. Total
That's
1
it.
threat.
That's my total. Yep.
Okay, so you try
one
getting
yellow
into the
dice,
guidance, you try to
3
get into the
green
guidance
dice,
system of the
1
missile,
threat.
but it's pretty high tech, and it's a strange technology maybe that you're not as familiar with.
Awesome.
So this concerns you a little bit.
Yeah.
Stop flicking the
Missiles
lights on. and
coming
off.
in hot.
You're just making it easier to target.
I am.
us.
There's still an option.
I am going to use my maneuver to assist another character.
Okay.
By trying to. Oh wait. Speaking of, was I supposed to add a blue dice to this?
Hmm.
Oh yeah, you could. Yes. Yes, so do that.
Hang on,
Oh,
guys. Hang
the
on.
hand
Guys.
of fate.
Maybe we'll
might
get 1
turn.
success.
I got 1 success.
Yay!
Hooray!
I got 1 success and a threat.
Okay, perfect. So you are stressing over it. You're trying to hack into this strange computer technology. So you're sweating as much as you possibly can, but you manage to get into there and kind of try to veer it a little off course. Okay.
A little starlight coming out.
Yeah.
yeah, so
Starlight seeping
your-
out of your skin.
Your missile's difficulty is +1. to
Okay,
hit, I
yep.
guess. Okay, and then yes, I will try to assist the next character to take their action, just by trying to point out weaknesses in the big ship if I can.
Okay.
Say, hey, aim there.
All right.
Hey,
Who's going next?
go ahead.
Want me to shoot him?
Get him,
You're
Pocket.
shooting the marauder or the big guy or the missile?
You
Is
got
the
lots of
missile
options.
not? What does the spoof missile do? Is it not dealt
Well, you
with
don't
or
know what
no?
it does yet.
Just
Well,
makes it
when
harder
I-
to hit.
When I
yeah,
spoof a missile, it means that you're tricking the guiding system on the missile to think that you're somewhere else.
yeah.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
messing with the guidance of the missile so that it might miss us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, do we take a chance and assume it won't hit us, or do I try hitting it, or do I just go for the big guy? I don't want to go for big guy right now.
I mean, if you take out the missile, the big guy will probably shoot another missile. So I think if we're spoofing it, then we're trying to basically use that to get hit less by it. But I don't know how tanky our spaceship is, so we could all just
Or
die.
how bad missiles might suck.
Yeah.
The other thing.
The cargo.
So should I try hitting big guy?
I think if you can disable the big gun on the big guy, that would be ideal.
Ooh, try a call. Can I
Do a
see the
called
gun?
shot. You can't spoof the turbo laser.
No, but if she can shoot the turbo laser off
You
of
can
the
shoot
ship,
the turbo laser. Yeah. It'd be a
Let's
called.
shoot it.
You have to do a called shot.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
just don't miss, and then everything's fine.
It'll be fine. Just
Yeah.
don't
You're
miss.
adding a black die per called shot. It's kind of like the aim maneuver, but instead of adding
Okay.
blue dice, you're adding black dice to hit a specific point.
So
But
I
you
will take
are also
blue
adding
from
a
you.
blue die from me. Yeah.
Yes.
and I'll aim.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't
And-
aim.
You can't
with
aim
the-
and called shot.
Oh.
Okay, that's
Oh.
right. Okay. So just one blue die. And then difficulty 2, or we medium?
You know, you're
Range
one.
or-
You're close range,
Oh, this could happen.
and
Okay.
but you are getting a black die from their.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One black die, one purple die.
Yeah.
Alright.
One blue
There's
die.
a way to get 2 black dice.
If you did it like with aim, you can do a double called shot. Basically, you can do 2
Black dice are
maneuvers
bad.
and take 2 strain.
Why would I? Yeah,
It's,
I can't take a aim or anything. So
No, but you could double. You could do 2 called shot maneuvers, just like you do 2 aim maneuvers.
But aren't black dice bad? So why would you want to do 2 called
Oh
shots?
yeah, no. You know what? You're right because it works reverse. It's
Yeah.
2 black dice if you do it once, 1
Yeah.
black die if you do it twice.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay.
So
Gotcha. Gotcha.
yes, it's
Thanks.
2 black dice and then 1 black dice. So
yeah. So if you're doing a basic called shot, it's 2 black dice. If you take the 2 strain for another maneuver, you only get 1 black die.
it's kind of like aim, but
oh,
reverse.
okay. So if
I
I
getcha.
take 2 strain, I just take 1 black die, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would
Okay,
this be
well,
a
I'll do that.
hilarious spot for me to use my story point?
No,
I think so.
I could wait for a more crucial moment. It's okay.
this could be a good shot. Why
Yeah.
God,
These are
Why
Brian's,
God,
Great.
Brian's famous last words as he
Yeah.
loses his giant cannon off of his ship and says,
Yeah.
"Oh, now I can't shoot you anymore."
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got. 3 successes, 2 advantages. So I guess I hit it with I hit the gun.
Yeah.
So I guess it's 9 damage. Is that right? I don't know if the base is 6.
Yeah. It's got. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's the base is 6 plus 3 for the 9 minus the target's armor.
Okay.
Right.
And then okay, yeah, sweet. And then 2 advantages. So I'll give next person a blue die, and I'll just recoup a strain because why not?
Okay.
Makes sense.
Might as well do that.
So the gun is smoking. Whether or not it still works, you don't know. You'd have to scan to find that out. And
Or we'll find out
Yeah, you get
shortly.
one more turn here before they go.
Pasha, Lazardo.
Yeah. Do you want me to
Shoot
make
or-
sure that gun is gone? Or do you want me to shoot the missile?
Well, I think because we spoofed the missile, I probably wouldn't go for it. But
You think we're
that's
okay?
also I also have no idea because I haven't been in much space
Or I can
combat.
shoot the other ship. I could shoot the other ship, and that would be a lot of.
Water.
Yeah, I think taking out another one of their guns because they're going to go right after you, right? So it's like I was saying before. If you shoot the missile, the big ship's just going to shoot another missile at you, right?
Yeah, I'll take a shot at the other ship, the little guy.
Okay.
Taking out some of their firepower is
Yeah.
probably
So it's a black die because its
probably good.
shield is actually still up.
Okay. There we go. And I have a blue dice from pockets.
Mhm.
All right. So roller up. Oh, I only got one advantage. That was terrible roll.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
feel you.
he's kind of spinning around and swerving, try to reposition himself to fire back on your ship. So he's a little bit hard to hit. But your firing does kind of distract him or opens him up a little to whoever is next, I guess.
Lazardo, hack him.
Well, it's their turn now. Okay,
Well, I'll give
so
Lazardo a blue dice for his next shot.
okay. So the first thing we're gonna do is roll their missile.
And miss terribly. Otherwise, I'll feel bad. You wouldn't want me to feel bad, would you,
difficulty
Brian?
die to it.
Use a story point.
My dream is for you guys to feel as terrible as possible.
All right, I quit.
All right, and oh yeah, and then 2 difficulty instead of 1.
Grab some.
You want to just keep adding difficulty dice? I'm okay with that.
Well, the ship shakes. Actually, I forgot to grab a die. Matt, does your die roller have a D12?
Sure.
Would you mind just rolling a D12 real quick?
Am I looking for good or bad numbers?
I would say the higher is the better.
I got a 12.
You were up.
So I just have to check.
Better for who? That's we didn't
Well,
say
right?
that.
I'll explain in a second. I just got to check the base damage on this.
The base damage plus 12?
Yeah.
Minus 12?
Minus 12?
Is this a reverse math situation
Oh,
again?
please. Yes, reverse math.
First math.
Please reverse math that, Brian.
Okay. Now I got it. Okay. So once again, the ship rocks. And Bruce up there you're probably the only one that would hear this because Deed is going to be announcing that they've breached the hull. So down below the cargo bay, she'll be yelling this to the captain. The cargo bay's been hit down below.
Ooh,
The hull has been breached.
that's our beds.
Well,
Oh,
that's
no.
below your beds. It's the deck below where your beds are,
Oh, okay.
where all the storage containers are.
Is that where Roman is? Or,
No, he's
Lazardo?
on the level. He's on the same level your beds would be on.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Literally dodged a missile, Roman.
Yeah. But you all feel it. Again, the ship shook pretty hard.
Can I, as a free action, message Lazardo's communicator and let him know that there's been hull damage in the cargo bay?
Yeah, that's an incidental. Okay. And then the little guy's going to shoot at Sagra. I remember her name. Mom.
Mm.
Okay. Her turret, he flies back in. He's been targeting that front turret. So last time he missed, this time he hits it. It's starting to burn, like the fire starts in there. Sagra she was already kind of knocked out of it, so she just can't go back in right now. So it's kind of smoking from there. The turret's still intact, it's still attached to the ship, but it's not really usable until some damage control can be done.
Inoperable, yeah.
Yeah. So for her turn, that's probably what she'll do. She'll grab the fire extinguisher. She'll start spraying it out just to try to get it back. She's going to do that. So let me see how her mechanics roll is here. And maybe Dalek might, since he's not doing anything else, he might go up and help, All right. Yeah, the fire's spreading up there. And again, they're trying to veer away as this ghost ship. Marie's just, again, trying to get a handle to keep yourself positioned away from that ghost ship that's just trying to close in. And then that is it for them. So it's back to your slot.
So did the ghost ship not that I want to ask this question, but they didn't seem to fire anything else. It was just the
Turbo
guided
laser
missile?
didn't fire.
Okay, perfect. Good shooting, buckets.
Pew 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 pew. That's all I'm saying for the past however long.
So Lazardo, I think it's your.
Wait,
You're
is
the
that
only
Jinx
one
from
left.
Arcane?
Well, should I guess she gets suited up so I can make some repairs in the cargo bay area.
Okay, so you're gonna go start putting on an enviro suit.
That's right.
Okay. So we will say a maneuver to get over there and an action to like pop into it.
I'm in.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And we're back to the top of the round.
Yeah. Now there's no more missiles coming after us, right?
Not yet. No, they
Okay.
didn't fire another one last round.
Okay. So
Try.
I guess we should we should try to slice their shields again. Maybe on the big ship this time. See if I can take out some shields from the big ship.
Yeah. And this one has shields on every side. It has like a full, it's fully covered by shield.
Yeah, so not sure where we're facing right now, but I would want to
Its
be
front
aiming.
would be the easiest to hit.
Yeah, so I'll aim for the zone that's easiest for us to
Yeah,
hit.
so it'll be
I
the
think.
aft section.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm
aft
doing
is front.
a hard computers check. Now, do I get the blue dice that Lazardo didn't use?
Yeah, sure.
Because it's for the next character action.
Yeah, because
right?
he didn't roll. He didn't roll anything.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm taking it then. If you let me
Okay.
have it, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, well, sure.
I got 3 successes and 1 threat to slice their systems.
Okay. So you get their shields down. Again, it's an alien technology that you're really struggling to try to tap into. You're figuring it out, but it's still quite a mad rush in mental rush to try to get this thing cracked.
It hurts my brain.
Yeah, it's hurting your brain. So the front shield goes down and you guys get another slot.
Okay. Am I able to do the maneuver of align deflector shields? And would that help us in this case? I'm not sure about the ship the ship layout.
Oh, you guys actually don't have a deflector shield.
Okay, so that wouldn't help us then.
Yeah.
Okay.
no.
Then
Might as
yeah,
well
I just
do
want
it
to
anyways.
Yeah.
I just want to do the assist action again as my maneuver, just to basically tell the next shooter that I've lowered the shields on that section and to aim for it,
Okay.
giving the blue dice as my maneuver action to the next person. I aim for you.
All right, Pockets, take him out.
Okay, I can do that. So is it not so much a call action if it's like just aiming for an area? I'm assuming that's
Well, aim is
less specific?
just to hit the targets in general. You're just increasing your chance
Yeah.
to hit the target, but you're not choosing a zone. But the front
okay.
is the only thing that you're really going to see, so you don't have to worry about.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to
It's
make sure I
coming
wasn't
at
like
you like
doing a
that.
called action of like I'm aiming for the front.
Yeah,
and it's
no,
oh.
yeah, no.
Okay.
I would like to aim for the broadest side of the barn instead
Yeah.
of the other
That's
side.
black guy.
The front would essentially be your main target anyway.
Okay, so I'll
Yeah.
take the blue from Bruce. I'll aim if that's cool as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
not calling the shots.
Yeah.
You can aim.
And it's 1 purple, so let's. I was worried for a second I wasn't doing enough yellow. I am doing enough yellow, so we're good.
Okay.
Just add more yellow. Just don't tell Brian.
Ooh. So I think I got a crit because I got 7 advantages, 3
Wow.
successes. So yeah, so
So 3
3
successes.
damage on top of whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
7 advantage. Can I do 2 crits then? If it's 6? If it's 3? Or is that possible?
Oh, sorry, I was writing down. What was that again?
Since I got 7 advantages, could I do the 2 crits?
As far as I know.
Double crit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Nice. I do, so then I'd have 1 advantage left over. I can give that to blue die to Pasha if he shoots next, and
Okay.
then I do get 1 threat.
Okay. Yeah. This gun's just firing. It's heating up. You're maybe overcharging it a little, so it's starting to burn your hands. You're going to take the strain for that.
Okay.
Right. But
Wait.
can you, Matt? Do you want to roll us on the crit table?
How do you have
Wait, how do you have threat if you roll
threat
7
and
advantage?
advantage?
Yeah, you can't have both
Oh.
at the same time.
They
Oh my
should
gosh,
wash.
no.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Okay, no, I lied. Sorry.
Yeah,
3
good point.
successes, 6 advantages still though.
Okay, so
No blue die.
No
I
blue
No blue
apologize.
die, but still 2
Apologize.
crits. Okay.
Okay.
Still 2 crits.
Yeah, good point, Matt. I didn't
Sorry
think
about that. I
that.
was looking at the top
You
thing
pointed
again
it
and not
out.
the end result. Blech.
Okay, so has
Apologies.
this guy been crit before? Or that was the little ship that got crit, right?
The little ship. Yeah.
Okay, so this guy's fresh on the crit. He gets a 40 on his first one.
Okay. And then so add 10 to the second one.
Yeah, so 52 for the second one with the 10 already included.
Yeah. Okay. So let me check our chart.
It would have been so
Okay.
nice to get a high number. But that's okay too.
Oh.
Well, I'm doing my best to not keep spamming the roll button until I see the 90s. So I'm just giving what I roll.
Okay.
I might have messed up another roll with if I was looking at that top number thing, but oh well. Probably not by too much.
It's fine. We only look forward.
Not as bad as the time I lost our ship because I was not rolling at all. So
Yeah.
I just did nothing.
Do you want to roll the D12 again, Matt?
Oh, do I ever? Okay, I'm gonna roll a D12 instead of a D20 because I don't think you can get a 13 on a 12. I got a 4.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
And they're dead. And we
no,
win.
you
Oh.
either can knock out their missile launcher or their turbo laser.
Missile launcher.
Missile. Because we've already like pretty well like we've messed
We're
up
not
their
100%
turbo
sure
thing.
if we've. Yeah, we're not sure if we have or not, but
just
I
haven't
think we did
fired it.
a good shot to it, right? So
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so the you can see kind of like you can see where the port is where the missile had come out. It's just smoking. There's sparks coming out of there.
nice.
You seem to have taken out their weapons, their missile system.
Yay!
All right, Pasha.
Mhm. This little ship is gonna go down.
Okay.
I don't know, it might. I don't
I've
have
heard
very
that.
good
I've
gun
heard
rate.
that tale before.
Still a purple and still a black.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think you don't need a black on this one. Oh yeah,
No?
yeah. He still has his shield up. Yeah, one
Right,
black.
let's do the extra aiming. Roll my dice. Oh, I got 3 successes and 3 advantages.
Okay. I mean, he was already smoking, so he's kind of flying by after he shot Sagra's turret, and you just kind of shoot him right in the side, and his ship just splits, and you see this little, not a ghost, it's actually an X-Chaw just kind of floating into space.
An extra.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Is that the turtley?
the turtle
species?
guys. Yeah.
So
They're
these are
bad guys.
probably just a
Marauders.
big ghost freighter that's been taken over by the marauders.
I will give Lazardo a dice specifically and the next actor a dice.
Okay. So the next actor is the. Wait, Bruce already went, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's actually the pirate's turn.
Oh, yeah.
So the turbo laser, sparking blue mist coming out of it, kind of ghosty technology. It's a little less familiar to most of you. It's trying to aim at the freighter, but boy, is it struggling. You can see it kind of shaking as it's trying to aim. It is taking a lot of black dice.
Yay!
All right. Yeah, so a huge blue laser shoots out of the cannon, just misses your ship, but Marie starts panicking. Like it just really just misses the bridge, and you can see it kind of just going right by the ports, the portals.
Oh goodness.
And Marie's kind of freaking out, and your ship starts drifting sideways. And with that kind of misstep, you can see that the cruiser has pulled up fairly close to you.
Uh-oh.
And you're going to start hearing some screaming from below deck. Although in Roman's case, you're going to hear it from your deck, but not where you are.
Righteous.
More from where the colonists people are.
Oh,
I
as
hear,
in like the
I
colonists
hear-
can see this giant ship that's about to ram into us, and they're just freaking out.
Who knows? But it is the freighter's turn. This is basically Marie trying to get control of the ship again. Let's see how Sagra's doing with the fire. Okay. So Sagra and Dalek seem to be getting this fire and her turret under control now. So that's calmed down a little bit. Calyx, the turtle guy, is working with Marie, trying to get the ship under control. It doesn't handle very well, so they're really just trying to keep it from like rolling. And Dita's working on checking the systems because you guys have been hit a couple times. So she's just kind of scanning to see where all the damage is. All right, so that's the freighter's turn, and you guys, Lazardo. So you've got your Enviro suit on, and all of a sudden you hear some screaming from where your sleeping area is.
I think this new situation takes priority. I'm gonna go check out the screaming.
Okay. So with a maneuver, you can run. You're not that far. With a maneuver, you can run into the room which is your bedrooms, but essentially all the colonists are now in there because it's really the only extra space. There's 3 strange figures with.
Did we not
runic
lock the
armor.
doors on this place? Like, what the heck is
Not really. Well, you don't need to lock the doors for these guys. Well, I don't know how much you guys know about them. There's 3 runic figures. They basically look like figures in armor, and there's little holes in their armor where like white light or wispy essence seems to be seeping out, and they got the whitish blue runes carved into their armor. And they're standing in the midst of these screaming colonists who are trying to scramble to the door where you are. It looks like they're trying to get out, and these figures have just opened fire on them.
Well, that's quite rude.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna.
Well, actually, I should say one's open fire. The other 2 are using melee weapons, like kind of weird blades. But again, they have the runic carved symbols in them. They have the glowing blue and white essence in them.
It doesn't make it any less rude.
No, they are still like hacking at people. Yeah.
Can I charge?
after everything they've been through?
Yes.
Can I charge at the closest one that's hacking at people and?
Yeah. So we'll take an
Punch it.
extra maneuver to run through the crowd, but that would be too strained. That's not a problem.
Yeah,
Until it is.
it's worth it.
Okay.
And then I do an attack. Oh,
Okay.
I haven't done one of these in a while.
You
Okay.
get 2 dice, 2 blue dice.
Yeah, you're gonna get 2 blue dice. It's 2 difficulty, so it's gonna be your. Are you using a weapon or your bare hands?
I am in my Enviro suit, so I guess I'm just gonna be using.
You're punching.
I'm punching.
Okay,
What?
So it's
what-
brawl.
Let me see real quick what equipment I have. Like I could have my brass knuckles on under my my suit
Yeah.
for added punch.
Sure. Yeah.
This does +1 damage.
Yeah. So it'll be brawl and 2 difficulty.
Always put your brass knuckles on when you're going out into space.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm
Yeah,
always,
You
take
gotta
them off.
punch a piece of metal or something, right?
I was prepared for a boarding party this whole time.
Yeah.
3 successes and 3 advantages.
Okay. Now, what's
Yeah.
your crit on the brass knuckles?
It's 4.
Okay, so don't
My-
quite get that.
My brawn
So
is.
what's your total damage then?
That's my brawn plus the damage.
Yeah, your brawn plus the damage plus the 1 for the brass knuckles.
Oh, okay. 8 damage
Oh.
and 3 advantages. Can we make that a crit?
Well, you
No.
need 4 for the brass knuckles,
Yeah.
you said, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, I understand now.
But there's other stuff, like you could give blue dice to other people, somebody else.
Or you can reduce strain.
Or you could reduce strain, yeah.
Yeah. Each advantage can reduce your strain by 1.
Let's reduce strain and transfer a blue die to the next goer.
Okay. Yeah, so he's taken notice of you. He's turned his attention to you. But they've already used their action, so he's not striking back or anything yet. So we're back at the top of the round.
Okay. I'm probably gonna just continue to slice these guys if you guys want me to keep trying to lower their shields. Does that make sense?
That's fine, but I might need reinforcements sooner rather than later.
I'll be on my way soon.
Okay.
All right. Then I will do the slicey.
The slicey and the dicey.
2 success, 1 advantage. So I will use the advantage to give a bonus dice to the next player, and then I will use my maneuver to give a bonus dice to the next player. with the assist action.
All right.
And I had 2 successes on that slice. So again, they are the defense is reduced.
Pull that ship up.
Did Brian catch that?
Yeah.
Good. Bruce out.
And bye. All right. So you want me to go again?
Yep.
So you gave me 2 blue?
Yep.
Dang, Bruce. I'm still gonna take another blue, and I'm gonna aim, and I'm gonna aim at the ship where shields are shields still down, just like in the one area. I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I'll aim where shields are down.
Yeah. Well, he's lowering them where you're shooting, so.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll sync on this. It's all good. Okay. Woo! All right. So 2 success, 4 advantages. Let's do another crit.
Another crit. So
Crit,
Matt, do you
crit,
want
crit,
to
crit,
roll
crit, crit.
add 20?
Do I ever? Wait, I can actually just add 20.
I'm sorry,
by
what was
doing
your
this.
damage again, Tika?
It was 2, just 2.
Okay. All right.
And then I'll give next action a blue dice.
Okay. And sorry, what's our crit roll, Matt?
99.
What?
Whoa.
That's after the plus 20. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it was 79 plus 20.
That's pretty good still.
And 3 crits now.
Yep. That means it
Okay.
gets worse.
Yeah, so you can see you actually hit one of the thrusters. So one of its engines is basically just almost ripped off the hull. And the ship slows you so that your freighter actually starts pulling ahead of it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
And
This is
Chase.
positive. Yeah.
Can't catch me.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. All right, Pasha, I'm assuming, unless Lazardo
right.
wants to go next this time.
You could let Lazardo go actually, because we can change up the order if we want to, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
He's
Unless,
currently in-
like, I don't know how far away I am from Lazardo.
It'd probably be 2 maneuvers to get down there.
Yeah, and then I can take a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What would you guys prefer?
I wouldn't mind giving the enemy an extra target. To,
Yeah, at range, it'd be 3 maneuvers to get in, but if you're doing ranged, yeah, you can do it 2.
Yeah, that's true. Then it's less heat off of you because they're going to go probably next.
I will run down there to where I heard Lazardo screaming.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't really scream. He's more of a calm kind of guy.
Well, you hear screaming though. There's a lot
Yeah.
of other people screaming.
Do we all hear the screaming? Like, can I hear that from
Yeah,
the
there's
bridge?
like 15 people screaming. Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully some of the other crew go down there.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, Surly will be down there too.
Good.
Good.
Surly and Nikki, Nikki's probably in the far corner behind
Oh.
the other side of them.
Oh no, her test.
Yeah.
There's,
Uh,
it is like pick
Here's
up her
a-
homework and rip it.
Here's the real test, Nikki.
it's so hard.
Yeah.
but what do I have for purple? I'm assuming I can get to.
Well, you can. Yeah,
for
with
range.
2 maneuvers, I would put you in close to 1 difficulty.
Yeah.
But I'd probably take a black die. Oh no, I'm going to use a story point.
Oh.
Yeah, we was gonna say that.
I'm going to
It's just
upgrade the
weird.
difficulty because you're firing through a crowd.
You're gonna shoot the crowd. You're gonna kill all the crowd.
I'm not gonna.
You might.
So what are you doing? You're giving me a red? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I can either add a purple or upgrade. Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade your purple. So it's only 1 purple, but I'm upgrading that to a red
Okay.
because a despair would be most useful now.
Does a
Okay.
triumph counteract a despair?
No.
Wait. We got his dice.
Yeah, you got my.
We
you
have
got my
all the story points now.
But
All
it might
right,
be worth
and-
it. Fingers
and-
crossed.
And I had 1 blue dice. from-
Somebody gave. Yeah, did somebody give you a blue dice? I think so.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
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 All right, I am rolling. I got 1 success and 3 advantage.
Okay, I forgot to ask which one you were shooting at.
Oh, the one. No, the one. I guess.
Wait,
closest.
Neo's here?
Um,
Keanu.
what did Lazardo hit?
Okay.
I know kung fu.
So the one standing in front of Lazardo. And sorry, so
Yeah.
what's your total damage there?
It's gonna be a lot.
Yeah.
A lot plus 1 though, right?
Yeah, 11.
Oh,
Ooh.
Wow.
Heavy blaster. Boom.
okay. So not only, so the one in front of Lazardo, you blast right through him, and that kind of armor just collapses into the floor.
Ah, take that,
And
Rune
that
boy.
blue-white energy just kind of wisps out and disappears into the air.
Uh-oh.
But then the guy behind him with the gun, there's one guy that actually has a gun. You
Yep.
hit him as well, and you kind of throw him back. He doesn't go down.
All right.
All right, so it's their turn.
Nice shot, Pasha.
I think Lazardo, you're the closer of the two, so you're going to take the brunt of this.
What? Where's Bruce when you need him?
Where's our leathery meat shield?
I'm sure these guys with runes on their armor are scared of a guy with a stick.
Yeah.
We've
you
never seen
making fun of
technology
my
like this
stick?
before.
No. I think you upgraded to a cattle
okay.
prod, didn't you?
Yep.
So the one standing in front of Lazardo, he's kind of got this weird runic, almost stone-looking carved sword. He swings at you really hard in the virus suit. It cracks the glass right into your shoulder.
Oh.
It's going to be a total of 9 damage, but also a critical injury. Matt, do you want to roll a?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Is
Well,
it
9
not
obviously minus your soak.
minus my soak? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
So,
Oh wait, actually +1, because one thing you'll feel with this sword, it seems like it almost has an ethereal quality to it that kind of goes a little bit through. So it actually ignores 1 soak.
Nasty.
Okay, sorry.
I should not roll dice for teammates.
Oh, what did you roll?
I'm sorry. 91.
Oh wow. Yeah, so this, you can feel this vessel, like, so he's kind of cut a very important artery kind of along the base of your neck, and you can kind of feel the blood flowing out of it, and it's very difficult for you to move or to breathe. Basically, every time you take an action, you take a strain until this is healed.
Goodness.
Bruce, we need first aid.
Yeah.
I have
Down
heard
here.
this.
All right. So then it is the freighter. So again, they're just doing their jam, trying to keep the ship under control versus the cruiser. So then we get your final slot, which is Pasha.
Lazardo.
Oh, sorry, Lazardo. Lazardo. Yes, sorry.
Also, I thought you said that some of the people from the freighter were going to be in the room with the bad things. Are they not?
Yeah, they're
taking
kind
a little
of trying to
punch,
scramble out.
A little punchy poo.
No, they're trying to flee.
All right, I tried.
They were not
guys.
prepared for this.
What? We were in red alert.
Yeah, they don't have really weapons.
They got
They
their
could
fists.
trip them.
Yeah, okay, they're not.
Swarm,
They could
my mom.
pick them up
Swarm.
and
She could throw her math book at them.
Yeah. I had a calculus book that could seriously do some
Yeah.
damage back in the day.
They may regroup once they can collect their thoughts, but at the moment they're just trying to get out of the gunfire. Yeah, so Lazardo.
Well, I guess I should fight this guy off.
You can
Okay.
use a stim pack as
Oh.
an action, I think, or as a maneuver.
It's
I
a
mean.
maneuver, yeah. You can use a stim pack if you want. But
Might
it
be a
won't
good
heal
idea
the
if you got
critical
one.
injury, just the wounds.
What do I need to heal a critical injury? I need Bruce's help.
You need Bruce.
Oh, and
Crucio.
I'm just
You, the guy playing
bleeding out
Minesweeper
here.
upstairs.
Yeah, no, well, I'll start by punching at this thing to
Okay.
try to get it off me, or at
Okay.
least, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
should disarm it and take its magic sword.
That would be cool, but I think I'm more effective with my fists.
That's fair.
And
Maybe,
difficulty is 2. Is there any blue dice on this?
Did anybody
I
give him
don't think so. I don't
Pasha?
think
Did you
I
give him
got
a
any.
blue die? No.
No, I didn't have any.
Yeah.
Or did
Okay.
I?
Not, I don't, I think I might have even had a threat.
Oh, I had 3 advantages.
Oh, you had 3 advantage.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
I wind up and I punch with the force of 4 successes and 2 advantages.
Oh, wow. Okay. So your total damage is going to be 8.
4 plus 4 plus 1, actually 9.
9. Okay.
Is that right?
Nice.
Okay. So the one standing in front of you, you can see his helmet spin on his head. And again, the armor just kind of collapses onto the floor. One thing
that.
you'll notice, maybe I didn't mention last time, but the glowing runes in the armor and the sword will all fade.
Hmm.
So they were glowing, now they're just going to fade as this wispy energy just dissipates.
I don't think it's going to get back up, Pasha.
Good
Okay.
shot.
All right, so we're back at the top of the round. So the
So
only
there's-
one down there left is the one with the gun.
And there's half of one guy left, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I want to tell that last one to surrender or die. Just
Okay.
as a incidental, I guess.
He will not
Hey.
respond.
It comes out
Yeah,
with
guess
a
it's
gurgling
death.
sound.
Blah, blah, blah.
Does one of you want to try to finish it off right away, or do you want Pockets and I to take shots at the big freighter again?
Yeah, I don't think these ghosts are going to be very talkative.
We'll shoot at the freighter. I think we can
Yeah.
survive another round with this thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you need me to rush to your aid, or can I try to reduce the shields again? I guess I should just rush down.
Yeah, I'm
You
okay.
can you do an action and then run down?
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can try
Just
to
a quick
slice.
question. Well, about the shields too. Are they down still
for one
right
round.
now?
Yeah, they last
Oh.
until, how long does it last? Let me look it up.
It's just for one round. Okay.
I'm gonna bring it up here.
It's just for one round.
Okay.
On success, reduce target's defense in one zone by 1 for 1 round. Per. I want to say that's a damage symbol.
Okay. Yeah, that's why this other one equal
Unless
to
that's a
success
success.
roll, triumph will disable a weapon system. 2 advantage will inflict 1 strain. You can put,
Are you looking at-
put system strain on the ship
With on
advantage.
slice, yeah. If I use advantage, but
Yeah.
it says on success, reduce the target's defense in one zone by 1 for
Yeah.
1 round per starburst. Is that per success?
A starburst would be a triumph, right?
No, I think
no,
the-
because that's the one that looks like a little pot leaf.
Oh, because I'm looking at
it's-
the other one. I'm looking at the simplified one.
Oh,
Last
what's the
for rounds
simplified one?
equal to successes rolled.
Success is rolled. Okay, so yeah, it would still be
It'd still be
disabled then,
down,
because
yeah.
I think I had multiple successes
Yeah,
last
yeah,
time.
yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm just gonna run down to Lazardo, hearing that he's
Okay.
been critically injured.
Yep.
And am I able to do a first aid during combat, or do I have to do that after?
I think you have to do it at the end of the encounter.
Okay, so I can't really heal him in any way, can I?
No.
Well, if you wind up dragging him out of combat,
You could always shake your stick at the guy.
yeah,
If I use,
Throw
I
it.
mean, that's my other thing is I can use 2 maneuvers to get within striking range of this guy and smack him with my cattle
You
prod.
wouldn't get to the one with the gun in 2 maneuvers. You'd get to Lazardo.
Mm.
But I can't do anything for Lazardo right now.
No.
Okay,
Give him a
then
hug.
I'm not going to take my action right now. I think it's better for you guys to take the actions instead.
he might need a hug at this point. You never know.
No, I think Pasha takes his action to try to shoot the guy, or Pockets takes her action to try to shoot the big ship, and I'll wait until later in the round.
Okay.
I can shoot first. Yeah, it sounds like we're both gonna go. So, was there any blue dye from anybody? No. I'll just take one for
Okay.
aiming.
Okay.
Oh,
just
I
take one.
didn't spend my advantages, so I think you can get one from that.
Okay, yeah. If you want to.
Yeah, you have like
Toss me
3,
one?
right?
I had 2 advantages. Yeah.
2 advantage. Yeah, you can give her a die. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay. I'll take one of those. I will aim. I'm shooting
Crit
the
this
ship.
sucker.
You should actually be able to heal a strain as well, Roman.
You could also heal a strain. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll nullify that one I took for my action.
Oh,
Sounds good.
Perfect.
All right. So 2 successes, 3 advantages.
Wow.
Crit, crit, crit,
Wow.
crit, crit.
Okay. Well, let's do your damage.
Yeah, so it was just 2, so 2 plus,
we're
is it
co-
6 base
Okay.
for the turret?
All right. Yeah, so you want to roll another crit, and this time you're adding like 30?
We're
is
adding
it?
30.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only 59 with the plus 30.
Oh.
Okay.
It's a D100. Sometimes it's gonna be low.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just not against Lazardo.
just yeah, it's Lazardo. It will get him every time.
Sorry, you said 59?
Yeah.
Okay. The shields drop completely.
Nice. All right, you no longer need me.
They're a hurting unit.
All right, that's all I'll do,
Okay.
I guess. So then, yeah, whoever, I guess if you one of you guys down below want to punch this gun guy.
I will have to take a shot at him. I'll do my old double aiming. Not one. He's not hiding behind anything or anything.
No, nope.
You don't want to use a story point? Oh, you don't have
Oh,
one.
I don't have
any. Should we use one?
It's up to you.
But
No,
then
we
that
shouldn't.
gives him
We
one.
can use one against the big ship if we
Strongly
wanted. Let's do it
encourage
at the end of the battle.
Can I use a
All
story
right, I'll
point to
take a
have the?
shot at this ghost attacker. 4 successes and 4 advantages.
Okay, well.
There's
which is
no
a crit
longer a
with your
ghost
weapon
attacker.
anyway.
That's 14 damage.
Yeah, okay. So he just obliterates through his torso, like his arms and legs. The armor plates from his arms and legs kind of go flying off in different directions. The helmet just drops straight to the ground. Again, the wispy bluish white energy just kind of dissipates.
How much strain can I reduce? 1 per.
One
One
per.
per.
Yeah, it's 1 per. Yeah.
So I can reduce 4?
Yeah.
I would love to do that because I
Okay.
was really strained.
Yeah, it was a very stressful situation.
Yeah.
It was.
Okay. So that's, hold on. So Bruce, you didn't go yet. So pockets went. Yeah, you guys still have a slot up.
We do.
Yep.
Yep.
Bruce.
Yeah, so their shields have been completely disabled, right?
Yeah.
Can you disable their firing system?
I'm trying to check and see what else I can do. I can jam them, which jams their communications.
They're probably
Um,
telling
I mean,
everybody
you're
to
you're
stay
not
away.
limited to this if you can think of something else.
They're probably telling
Story-wise.
everybody to stay away.
I was debating if I should be trying to check in and see if I can repair some of our hull damage somewhere.
Yeah, that's primarily down at in the cargo bay.
Yeah, it's a bit far away, right? So
Yeah.
it might be that I'm just taking this turn to get down to
You
where
can
some of the
scan
damage
the
is.
enemy if you want.
Okay, what does that do?
Lets you know what's going on with that other ship.
Oh, lets me roll twice for the next critical hit against the target and choose one result? Oh, we're scanning the enemy. Thanks,
Mhm.
thanks, Bryant.
Yeah.
Okay, and I get no blue dice for this, right?
No.
Sorry, I used it on strain.
Yeah.
I got
You needed
two
to, you needed
successes,
to relax. You
two
found it very
successes,
cathartic. Yeah.
1 triumph, and 2 threats.
Okay. So scanning the ship, it is basically every system is basically been ruptured. So its thrusters are down, the main engine isn't. So it can still jump into like hyperdrive. The weapon systems, the missiles are completely down. The turbo laser's technically still functioning, but very poorly. The aiming mechanisms are down. And I don't know what else might you need to know. Communications is still up, unaffected. Shields are completely shot. There's no
So
shields at all.
It's not looking too great.
No. And the
So-
hull's been breached in various areas.
So Brian, I want to read this and understand this correctly.
Yeah.
Roll twice for the next critical hit against the target and choose one result. Affect 1 extra critical hit per 2 successes. So the next 2 critical hits we get to roll twice on.
Okay.
And it says any advantage or triumph rolled may be spent on attacks against the target to activate weapon abilities and score critical hits, which means the next time we shoot this thing, we have a guaranteed critical.
Okay. And then you get to roll twice and see which critical you want.
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay, fantastic. So you've completely analyzed their ship. You know what to do.
And you went last, so that was great.
Yeah, but it's their turn.
Yeah.
They're going to make an astrogation check.
They're trying to get into warp.
They're taking a couple black dice on this. All right.
They're trying to make a jump into hyperspace.
No, somebody throw a net.
That's what you were supposed to do at the airlock. You left your post. Come on.
Let me just duct tape
So-
this rupture in my suit.
Bruce is already watching the scanners. You probably see this in the scanners. It wasn't visual, but you can probably see scanning this ship. You still have assumably open on your screen.
Mhm.
The big engine firing up. Actually, you know what? It would be a little visible because of the nature of the ship. A little wormhole kind of opens in front of the ship, but then putters out.
Oh, no.
And they are not getting away, guys.
Yeah.
Not today.
And then the
Just
freighter.
disable them if you can. We need a new ship.
Well, I think Sagda's got her turret under control. She's just going to take a shot.
Oh, come on. You can hit it. You can hit it. I got faith in you, mama.
Yeah.
Mama.
Don't blow it up. Call shot.
Did she get a blue? Because I'm just
Oh,
chatting.
yeah. She'll aim. She's going to take careful aim.
Yeah.
How many criticals is this thing taking now? Four
Yeah.
criticals?
Yep.
An extra plus 40? 2D100 plus 40?
Well, yeah, actually, you can roll the critical again.
Did she hit?
Scored enough. She hit, and she got enough advantage to score a critical.
That means we get 2 criticals
You get 2. Yeah.
because I give an auto critical from that scan that I rolled.
Okay. Awesome. So 2 criticals, and you roll twice and pick the better one.
All right, so first roll at a plus 40 for the first critical
Yeah.
was a 66, so that's not the best. The second roll was 134, so we'll take that one as the first critical.
Yeah.
So 134 on the first result.
And then add another 10 to the next one, so it's plus 50 for this one.
Yeah, and that one, the second one is going to be 118.
Okay.
That's probably good enough. You want to roll, see if it's higher?
I did. That was
Oh,
the
yeah.
2 rolls. I actually got 116 and 118.
So the temperature inside the ship has skyrocketed. The hull is cracking. There's probably breaches all over the thing. Bits are flying off. Technically, it's still intact, but you can assume that there's no air supply. You can probably see things getting sucked out into space through breaches in the hull, including various creatures, not just ghosts, actually.
Uh-huh.
Dang, I wanted to
And,
question someone. Oh,
Yeah.
well.
Probably the ship's technically still intact. Maybe somebody survived that. I don't know.
Can I?
But definitely that ship is dead in the water.
Can we scan for life forms?
Yeah. Just to make it an average computer check. And let me roll one thing for them.
Yeah, 2 advantages. I didn't get a success on that one.
Okay.
My computers wasn't a career skill, so it's harder for me to upgrade it.
Okay. All right. So you don't know. Not sure if there's any survivors there.
Fly out there, Bruce.
Sorry, I missed that.
I said fly out there.
Oh yeah.
Could just
Okay. I want to go tend to Lazardo downstairs before
Yeah.
I just jump out and
Okay,
go for a
that's fine.
float. So
So now anyone can do a discipline check to reduce your own strain.
I'm
Okay.
on
Every
it.
success will
man.
reduce a strain, and then you
Then-
can do a medicine check.
we
An
did it.
unopposed discipline check, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just every success will just reduce a strain.
Oh,
Oh, I'm feeling better than I started this battle. I think I'm sucking blood up through this wound.
I go down to 4 strain, not go up to 54 strain. Easy fingers. Yeah, and then I wanna head down to Lazardo and see if I can heal up his critical wound. I think.
Yeah. And what? Oh yeah, I forgot to. I think it's a 3 difficulty on this one.
I'm gonna start taking off my
Yeah.
compromised enviro suit.
Yeah, the enviro suit is no longer going to work as an enviro suit anyway.
Okay, so Now I have some advantages to this because I'm a surgeon.
And you get a free success
Oh, this
because of
is
your
just
medical
when I
kit.
go to heal wounds.
Just for wounds. Okay.
Yeah, so it wouldn't work on this then. Okay. But does my med pack help? It gives me +1 blue dice to medicine checks.
Yeah.
This is still a medicine check,
It's
just
still a
to
medicine
cure a
check,
critical
yeah.
wound.
Yeah.
Okay. 4 advantages, but it's a wash on successes.
Okay. So you're able to stabilize his bleeding. The injury stands. It's a real struggle to move. I feel bad for Lazardo. He takes such a beating.
Yeah.
Why is everybody always picking on me?
This vessel is just a meat puppet anyway.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Can I do anything with the 4 advantages on that?
Yeah, that's for we'll just apply it to strain like on a normal medicine check.
Okay, so we can heal the strain on Lazardo then by 4?
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, what was the result effectively? Am I still losing taking a strain
Every
every time with
action,
one action?
yeah. So if you're doing actions, will still cause you strain. So you basically probably want a lot of bed rest.
Just lie down.
Lie down.
Yeah, sorry, I failed. I've failed you as a healer.
Just give me remote access to the airlock. It'll be fine.
Jeez, why do we have Bruce in the party? I don't know.
Yeah. Just some weird lanky dude that follows us around.
Hacks computers and heals people. I don't get it.
Now you could try to switch him to another body. Oh, I forgot to roll how those other guys did.
The people from the planet?
Yeah.
The refugees.
Healing their strain.
There's only one round they could have shot anybody.
Yeah. Yeah. They got 3
Oh no.
So do you guys
randos that you
regret
haven't
coming
met
aboard?
that you never really talked to.
So they got 3, we got 3, right?
Yeah.
Out the airlock the
Yeah.
other day.
So it's fair and fair. They're
yeah,
down to
so-
12 now.
Well, that's less mouths to feed, so
Yeah.
I see this as an absolute win.
Yeah.
It's a numbers game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The good news is it wasn't Nikki or Surly.
Oh, good. I
What
have
about,
more homework to do.
What was her name? Was it Yolanda or who was
Juanita.
it?
Anita?
Juanita.
No.
Okay.
I'm just gonna make it 3 of the ones you haven't interacted with for the sake of simplicity.
That's convenient.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Then we don't
There's-
even have to have a funeral.
The
Yeah,
fates were too lazy to make it somebody that you knew.
There's less attachment that way.
Yeah.
Is anybody else on the ship wounded that I can try to help patch out? Up.
Sagra probably is a little bit, but it was just first stage. She probably took a couple wounds from fire.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
go
all
give
good.
her a hand as well. Yeah.
And actually, besides a big breach in the hull downstairs, like the engines are fine. One of the turrets is questionable but functional.
Oh right, we can do a damage control check, right? Once
Sure
per
can.
combat.
Yeah.
We should do that, right?
Yeah.
What's our difficulty? How's the hull trauma / system strain threshold?
All right. So it is at less than half. So it's going to be, I think, 2 difficulty.
It is at left. So damage is greater than half the threshold.
Greater than
That's
half.
what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it would be a 2 difficulty, and that's a mechanics check.
Mechanics. Yeah.
All right. I'm assuming that I'm rolling that.
Yeah. Well, unless somebody else wants to do it.
My
No, you probably got more dice than
mechanics
us.
Nope.
Okay.
It's based on intelligence, so definitely.
Does my fusion cutter help me on this?
Well, help weld. My best recommendation would be using the metal storage container walls.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. What? I'm looking for something. It just says can weld or cut ships. So I'll just I'll probably be grabbing basically using the fusion cutter to cut a big box off of the side of a container and welding it onto the side of our ship, kind of thing.
And Dalek will help with the heaving and hoeing of the heavy metal bits. If there's one thing he's good for, he's pretty strong.
Pockets will be up there behind to put some duct tape after you weld.
Which will probably be good because I got 4 advantages and 0 successes, so I did nothing. All right, I'm gonna go cry in a corner now for the rest of the episode because
all right.
We could
All right.
I had
Well,
2 jobs and I failed them both.
they'll probably just have everybody get out of the cargo hold, and they're just going to seal it so that you
Oh.
don't lose air from upstairs.
Yeah.
So,
It's a lot of little holes, so I didn't have enough material.
yeah.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a breach
Um,
down there. It's not safe to go downstairs. Luckily, most of the goods came out okay.
Am I able to use those 4 advantages to heal my strain?
Yeah. Wait. Well, that was a mechanics check, right?
Yeah. So
I
probably
don't
not.
think so. No.
All right.
Should we
You probably learned.
tried.
You
I
learned
tried.
something. It's a learning experience.
go see if we can salvage anything?
You
Off
want to go
of
to the other
the
ship?
off the other ship?
Yeah, like a data core or something.
I'm down. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys want to hop over?
Put
Yeah.
on the Enviro suit.
Yeah, they have 3 Enviro suits left because the one that Lazardo was wearing. So Lazardo's fine walking around, like maneuver stuff, you're okay. But anything you do that would be an action, like anything that would be strenuous, you'll take a strain.
Well, I could try a medicine check, but
It might just make it worse. You'll just stick your finger in the wound.
Yeah.
And...
is this better?
But I think it's I think you're only allowed to do 1 per
You
encounter.
only do
right?
1 per, yeah, we have to wait a week before it can be treated again.
Oh my
And we
goodness.
can use a story point. Oh, look, I found a back.
Yeah, if you want to throw a story point at it,
there's
maybe I'll look the other
a
way.
medical robot. A medical robot.
If you guys throw a story point in, we can work something out.
Nah, Lazardo's
don't-
fine.
Don't trust him. Don't trust him.
I really do feel bad though, because it always feels like it's Lazardo that gets maimed.
Well, I
think
feel
it's
bad because
hilarious.
I rolled 3 yellow dice and I couldn't get a success.
Yeah.
So
Like,
all
I
these
can't-
bodies floating out in space, is there one that's like really, really big that we can
Well,
put Lazardo in?
you'll notice it is mostly ghosts, armor floating around, but there are a
Yeah.
few other ones. You're gonna have a couple Winarans. You're gonna have a couple Israel. You have the one turtle guy.
Yeah, I wanted to check out their weapons
around.
and their runes and see if we can like learn anything from them, if they're an actual language or something.
Actually, why don't you just roll a hard xenology?
Okay. I'm down for hard knowledge based checks.
Yeah.
Come on, that's 1 success and 1 advantage.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So the
Got
runes,
one.
the
You
runes
did
in
it.
their armor actually are kind of how they interact with the material world. They're not material creatures. And so they use these runes in their armor so they can interact. So it kind of it helps them adhere to this physical armor and then interact with the physical universe, basically.
Well, how did they make the armor in the first place?
That you don't know.
The very first one.
That would have taken a lot more successes.
Mm-hmm.
You can imagine, like, we interact with the the subatomic world too,
Yeah.
right? So,
It- Would it be possible to
Do I?
wear
What
this
is this?
armor?
well, you can put it on, yeah.
Does it add any?
It has a few holes in it.
Yeah, it's not designed to be armor.
It's
but
just designed to
but
be a
it'd be-
suit.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it has a helmet. Like, it would be protective in a sense, but it's not going to be optimized for like absorption of hit blows and things like that.
Yeah.
It's
If
just
I put
basically
it
like,
on them, instead of white wisps coming out, it'll be all my hair coming
Yeah,
out.
exactly. A little bits of hair sticking out these little holes. Yeah.
I was actually I was curious about the weapon, if the weapon's properties were based on the weapon itself or if it was more based on the ghost that was operating it.
I think you didn't have enough
Swords.
successes to really determine that, but you do know the rune's faded now.
Okay. I might keep one just in a cubby hole or something like that to study it later.
Yeah.
Or once
it
we
is,
get
it
back
is
to
a
Mechatol.
physical piece. Like, it is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to keep one of the swords, I guess.
Okay.
Are there blasters unique as well? Like,
Yeah,
was
what
it?
kind of a gun was it?
It's an energy weapon, so it would count as like a heavy blaster.
Oh,
But
okay.
it would
So
be, it'd be a different style than you're used to.
different style, but basically it's a gun.
Yeah,
A
and
gun
that
is a
would
gun
still
kind of
work
thing?
actually. Yeah, it's not runic. This is actually like an energy cell, but it's like a different type of technology than you'd just be familiar with. But it worked functionally the same as a heavy.
Okay.
Is it like a rifle or is it more of a?
It's a rifle. It's a heavy.
hand
Yeah,
size?
sorry. Yeah, it'd be like a carbine sort of a thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just intrigued by the sword specifically because it seemed to have a different effect on the wound that I wasn't used to. So
Yeah.
Should I stuff that with my other stuff? the ghost rifle.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna write that on my sheet.
Want to raid their ship a little bit or see what we can find
Yeah.
amongst
So
the
you guys are
ruins?
hopping over there in your Enviro suit.
Ah, we gotta find something cool,
Yeah.
right?
I might be
I-
the one to stay behind.
But you can again, you can
Lazardo.
walk around and it wouldn't
don't-
bother you.
I don't need a suit. I
Right.
can just walk over.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
3 Enviro suits is enough for
Yeah.
our party.
You only need 3 for you guys.
Gotcha.
Okay. So why the captain will only allow this because they need some time to check over the ship systems and everything like that. She is quite anxious now to get to Abaddon as soon as possible.
Thanks,
Oh,
Captain.
actually,
but you
give
don't
me-
tell us what to do.
Whoa.
I do on my ship. Okay, so
Okay, yeah.
so when you get over there, you're probably going to find some corpses. Maybe you'll
Well-
probably see some like the people that were like trying to get to escape pods or like half dressed in Enviro suits,
Oh my
as they
gosh.
were kind of just panicking at the last minute there.
I'm gonna
Uh,
grab my my general purpose scanner and just turn it on to see if I can see heat signatures within 1,500 feet of us as we're going
Yeah.
through the ship, just in case there's still something living around.
There's
Might not
heat-
catch everything.
Yeah,
but
there's heat signatures all over the place, but I think it'd be pretty apparent that it's fire and not like people.
Yeah, anything
Uh,
that's not moving.
Although to be honest, the fires are probably because the air is being sucked out. Probably
Yeah.
fires
Yeah,
are dying too.
if there's no air, there can't really be
Yeah, yeah,
fire,
yeah.
right? So
The fires are probably dwindling and dying because the air is all getting sucked out.
Ghost fire?
I don't know
Yeah.
if the ghost would have a heat signature is the one thing, but
Yeah,
anybody else would, right? So most
Yeah.
others.
it's a weird mix. It's a weird mix of aliens that's not usual.
Is the
Yeah.
bridge somewhat intact?
Yes, actually, the bridge is fairly well intact.
We should go see if we can find like data.
Find their USBs.
Yeah.
Where's their
yeah, well,
floppy disks?
There is now. What's interesting is there will be one in a fine, like a ghost suit of armor. I guess probably just lying on the ground at this point, in front of one of the consoles.
I'm gonna check his browser history.
Yeah, his browser history.
He
He
didn't even get us
just
blast his cash.
and this came up from the roll that I did at the end of their time. Yeah, everything's wiped.
Okay.
Yeah, he wiped his transponder, their history, their ship information. Basically, just he formatted C before he died.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Is there any hardware, any tech that we can scrounge from
Well,
their ship?
it's all ghost tech. So for you, a lot of this would be kind of interesting alien technology. Like in many ways, it resembles what you'd be more accustomed to, but it operates on different physical principles. So it's like they have computers that might work very similar way to computers you're familiar with, but the technology that makes them run is different than you're used to.
Hmm.
Yeah, I want to take a few interesting bits back, and
Yeah.
then if there's anything that we can use, because our ship's pretty damaged at this point.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if there's anything that we can use to help repair some of our systems, kind of scrounging components at this point.
Yeah, you could probably find some tools. You might just need to do either a mechanics or xenology tech just to figure out how they work.
Yeah.
I'll mechanic it.
Okay, let's do a 3 because it's alien.
A 3 difficulty mechanics.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just the easy rolls. Okay, I failed.
Okay. All right. It's too unfamiliar. You're not really sure how any of this stuff works or if it'd be even safe to turn on. You can't tell if something's like a weapon or a tool by looking at it. It's just you haven't really dealt too much with the ghosts.
Yeah, that makes some sense. Okay.
Well,
There is an armory though, because you will find like more guns like the ones that you found on the ship.
Oh, they're probably worth something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say you find like 6 of those.
Should we load up?
That's
Somebody
up to
got-
you guys.
I want to
Yeah.
find a journal. Like,
Okay. Why don't you roll? Oh.
Yeah.
I want to
You're
find. I'm
circling
like,
on
I'm
my
just like
sheet.
annoyed that like there's nothing here, and I'm like, maybe
Why
somebody
don't
wrote
you
something.
roll
Maybe they had
a
a diary.
hard perception? Oh, you know
Oh,
what?
I got good perception.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would say perception, or in this particular case that I'm thinking of, skullduggery.
Can I do perception because I just took the
Well,
talent.
you can do either one.
Uncanny
I'm happy with whichever one you want to
Senses,
do. Yeah.
and I want to use that.
Yeah.
because I get 2 bonus to perception, and my perception's already
Do
it's
it.
4 green.
Oh,
Although
yeah.
I do have 2 yellows in Skullduggery.
Ooh, that's even better.
So it's either 2 greens with 2 bonus die, or sorry, 4 greens with 2 bonus die, or 2 yellows and 1 green.
I would do the 4 greens and 2 bonus die. I think.
How difficult again? You said
Well,
hard.
we're doing 4 for this one.
This is a super hard difficulty.
Yeah, because they made a conscious effort to delete information.
But it's a diary.
I know.
It's a journal.
Are,
There's also a lot of fire.
am I near you?
5 advantages.
Okay.
Hmm.
So you don't find a journal. You do find a hot tub. I don't know. I was trying to think what to do with this 5 advantage. A functioning jacuzzi.
Whoa,
These guys were living large.
I'm in.
Not from the
Pasha!
ghosts, because obviously it would mean nothing to them, but like the
Pasha!
other aliens on the ship. It seems like they've
Oh,
Let's add it to the
pooled their
spa.
money to build a nice
I got-
jacuzzi in here.
I got another year to go before I have to have my yearly bathe. But we'll keep it. We'll put it in your bag at home.
Just take a bath now, and then you get 2 years, right? That's how it works.
I don't know. I don't think yeah.
That must mean
Not
that
our tradition.
there's water stores on the ship.
There would be water stores, yeah.
Let's,
Bruce is just reveling in
let's
the
take
fact that he doesn't have a
those.
nose.
Yeah. You would actually have, there'd be food on here too, because they did have non-ghosts on here.
And
Yeah.
let's take
So-
that.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
have it.
Rations.
Loot it.
We'll pick up those containers and float them over to our ship.
Okay. Yeah, it's easy to get over with no gravity.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
imagining us with the jacuzzi. Like,
And the captain shaking her head and muttering to herself. The best way to get on the ship would actually be through the hole in the cargo bay.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
maybe we can sell it, make up for the
Yeah.
jeans and the pop that we lost.
Oh, it's
you know,
a pretty nice one. Like, the bathroom is kind of like in the center of the ship, so it didn't take much of the damage.
Mhm.
Nice.
So-
Let's take the whole bathroom.
Or again, when we get a spaceship, we'll just like make it like tropical
The captain's chair.
tiki
Yeah, like-
torches and jacuzzis.
We're gonna have themed
Mai
rooms in our
Tais.
spaceship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody gets a pair of flip flops and a drink when they come aboard with an
Do you
umbrella.
imagine Bruce in like weird
Flip-flops.
shorts and
A hula
flip
skirt.
flops and
Yeah.
he's got one of the lays around his neck or whatever.
Hawaiian
Big
shorts
sunglasses
on.
for his non-eyes.
Pockets is just ready to live the island life
Yeah.
permanently after
The island
her
life
wedding.
in space, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, one thing you will notice when you get back is that Marie and Calix are not at the helm. It is Surly and Nikki. And,
Is the,
any-
is the
if
captain
anyone's
okay with
curious, sorry.
this? Is the captain okay with this?
She's muttering and grumbling about a lot of things right now.
Okay.
Sounds like an
alright.
important point to bring up.
Yeah, well, she's like, yeah, Marie and Calix were kind of burned out, and we needed somebody else to take the helm.
Well, I could drive.
I'm a
Pasha,
scientist,
You
not a
keep your
pilot.
hands away from my computers.
I actually am very good at driving. If
Okay.
you need another backup.
I thank you. I think Surly's got this under control for now.
All right, let me see his character sheet.
What?
Who's the
I
DM?
jest. I jest. Yeah, no, Bruce wants nothing to do with flying a ship. Not a pilot, science officer.
Yeah, you'll notice a lot of the crew. Even Sagra's not on the bridge right now. The only ones up here is Dita and the captain,
Aw.
and Dalek. Dalek's just sitting there. Dita looks exhausted. The captain looks exhausted.
I think you guys need us full time on this ship.
You know what? I've done probably 36 flights on this ship, and until you guys came aboard, it was smooth sailing.
Well, this is pretty
You're-
smooth.
I don't think
Welcome.
it's us.
Look at all
I
this
have a
stuff
funny
we got.
feeling.
We got a jacuzzi.
No.
We got like a dozen people. We got
Yeah.
We haven't even gone to our destination yet.
Other
Not
than
even
diary
halfway
fodder,
there.
this has been the worst trip that I've
We
ever been on.
dumped some of your cargo. We took some down to the planet. You know,
Yeah, thank
it's a lot of fun. I guess we
And,
could have brought that
I
cargo
should
back
probably
up.
mention to Bruce that if I die, you do get the ship, but you're also going to be getting all these accompanying debts.
There you go.
Excuse me.
Just sell the ship.
I've accrued a lot
Bruce is
of
like,
debt
could I not now?
trying to get us to Abaddon.
Wait a minute. I'm not taking over your job. I'm just taking the ship.
No. It's tied to the budget.
Mm.
What I heard is that there's only one thing standing in between us and having our own ship.
That's true.
And we
And
gave him a remote
honestly-
access to the airlock.
Honestly, I wouldn't even complain right now if you did that.
Oh, don't be
Aw.
like that. Oh,
We would
poor
never,
Captain.
Captain.
we gotta hook up this jacuzzi and get everyone a turn.
I
Yeah,
think-
yeah.
We've got lots of water now.
We got to watch everything right now. You guys just sit down, stay in your room. We'll get Abaddon in like 2 days.
Actually, can I, with Bruce's knowledge of observing alien life forms for the last 200 plus years, would I know how to create some kind of comfort food for them based on their home planets? And
Well,
would
you'd
I
have
be
to
able
roll
to do that
xenology
with
for, like,
the?
each of them.
Yeah, well, I got 2 days to figure something out, right?
All right. Well, who you want to roll for then?
The captain.
Okay.
I think the
And I would
captain's
say
been having a hard time.
Israel, let's do 3. They're kind of an anomaly.
A 3 difficulty.
Yeah.
All right, you're definitely not making this easy on me now.
No, not for an Israel.
Well, I got a success and a threat, so
Okay.
Yay.
Ooh,
Yeah, so
Bruce,
you know
me
what they
too.
eat? It's kind of gross. They're into like they live in marshes a lot, so they're like, they'll just eat like water snakes.
I think all food
toads.
is gross to Bruce.
Yeah. I guess
No,
that's true.
no,
It's
no.
probably no more disgusting than anything
no
else.
food is gross or appealing to Bruce because he doesn't understand what taste is.
Yeah. So they're
You're
there are
better to
various
cook.
plants they eat, but they like things like frogs and snakes and stuff, and dragonflies, that sort of thing.
Hmm.
But they will eat like various swamp plants and even bark sometimes.
All right, well, I'm gonna do the best
Plants.
that I can to
Okay. To
to mimic
replicate
that out of the
that will be
we
another
have.
roll.
Ah, come on!
What would that
Right.
even be?
Can I assist?
I already did a hard one.
Yeah.
I think Lazardo has some knowledge on the
Well,
flavors of
you
herbs
have
and
your
spices.
flash of memory ability if you want.
Oh, let's try that. That's
Okay.
always fun.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get another deep-seated
I mean,
bias
I
against
think that's
another
one-
species.
Yeah. See what you know
What
about
did
Israel cuisine.
I don't remember what to roll though.
Oh shoot, I have to look it up. I don't
Wait,
have it
unless
up.
I just spend a story point to,
I can get
to
a-
prepare
get
the
an
food
alien
purposely,
cookbook.
right?
Yeah, you could
Get an
just use a
alien
story point.
cookbook.
Yeah. If you guys use a story point, you already have Israel food on board.
Depends. It depends on what you make this difficulty.
We could have brought him an
I
octopus
think
from
we'll
the
still just
planet.
do 3 because of the oddity of the food.
What
Probably
kind
should
of
be
check is
higher.
it?
I think 3 is generous.
Is it another xenology check or what?
No, I think this would be. Let me just look at a character sheet.
Don't say survival.
Survival actually sounds really good for this.
All right, I use a story point.
Okay. Yeah, we don't. Sadly, don't. I wish cuisine were a skill. That would be we could add
Yeah.
skills too. If you guys want to customize skills, I'd be down.
Hmm.
If you wanted to actually take a point in cuisine, I would totally be down. If you wanted to spend your
I'm
experience.
I'm already a doctor and a mechanic and a
But
computer
for a
whiz.
story point, as it happens, Surly knew that there was an Israel captain of this ship, so we did actually bring
Perfect.
some, and the good thing with toads is they can be frozen alive and stay alive, right? So they're just kind of in a cooler you guys grabbed off of his ship. Thaw them out, eat them raw. That's the way she loves them best.
All right. Well, I prepare
little
one
garlic butter.
for
With
her.
cilantro and butter.
Yeah. And I present
Oh.
it to the captain, saying, "Here,
Bruce?
take a bit of a load off. You've had a
Bruce?
tough run."
Out of you and all your friends, I've always thought you were the best one. Thank you so
I
much.
show no emotion because I can't.
She whispers it to the rest you don't hear unless you roll high perception.
I'll roll for that.
Yeah.
Whatever. I like Marie anyway.
You get a
Yeah.
you get a bonus 2 dice from us for perception.
What's the difficulty? 2
I
again?
like 2 probably. It's not that
And-
secretive.
and 2 blue dice.
Bruce, you're my favorite.
2 successes.
Okay. I don't know how Lazardo feels about it, but you do hear it.
It's like I
That's
I don't
that's
know how
what
I
using
feel about
story
it.
points will give you. Favoritisms with the NPCs. Woo!
I think I feel envy.
I feel like Bruce didn't need the frogs to be her favorite.
Yeah.
I prevented capture of the ship twice.
Yeah, she didn't. She's not probably not even aware that any of that happened.
I'm gonna pat Lazardo's shoulder.
What are these tears coming down my face? What does this
My
mean?
face is leaking.
This vessel feels emotion.
All right. Anybody want to do anything else while we have 2 days of drifting towards Abaddon?
I think like I would like to chat with Marie and
Yeah,
is it my buddy the extra who's all depressed too?
but both of them, and they're probably hanging out because they're out of the people on the ship. They're friends with each other.
Mm-hmm.
So they're probably like sitting in their room together, just talking like, holy crap! I always thought this would be so exciting. It was so scary, but man, we pulled through. Man, we're gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be a pirate one day myself. I'm thinking, sort of.
Yeah, yeah, those pirates they did really well.
Yeah, right.
Can you remember what the extra guys?
Or maybe pirate slayer.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
probably.
that make more
Are they
sense.
calling us
Bounty hunter.
pirates? What?
Bounty hunter is the good pirate,
Bounty
right?
hunter.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome, man. I mean, I was so scared, but it was so exciting, you know.
Have you considered work as a Kaleri?
You
I
could
don't
do
know,
stuff
man.
like this every day.
Oh man, how do you get that job? Like, do you have an application?
Yeah, I just got sent here.
Oh,
I'm sure the good folk on Mechatol Rex
well,
could
you
help
totally,
you with an
you totally
application
saw us
process.
piloting the ship during that fight, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you just tell your boss, man.
Yes.
Yeah,
Give
We
we
us-
need a
will.
good
I
pilot.
can't. I'll remember his name and tell
Ilonus?
him.
Ilonus?
Yeah.
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 I'm sure Ilonus wants to hear from us that we found some random frigate pirates and or frigate pilots, sorry, and they just
Mhm.
want a job as a police officer, I'm sure we need meter maids. I
Not
don't
only a
know.
police officer, more of like a
A special
Secret
agent.
police,
special
right?
agent. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
He's got the piloting skills.
Yeah.
Calyx, he used to be a Mentak, or no, sorry, he used to be under the control of the Mahawk. So
Wow. And I broke out of it.
he did.
How many people
Or-
have done that?
Or so we've been led to believe.
Yeah.
Which,
man.
by the way, would I put that together as pockets?
That he wasn't
I-
under the control of the Mahawk?
Oh yeah, he probably wasn't.
Yeah.
We already know that. But that ship that attacked us was a lot
Uh-huh.
of ghost people.
Yeah.
Weren't they the ghost people the ones who found the Mahawk to begin with?
They definitely are, and that definitely came up a couple sessions ago.
And then there was all the other people. Could those have all been people under the Mahawk bad peoples?
Good English, not.
Yeah, who are you asking?
Yoda.
I'm posing
think
this question to the group.
Okay.
Could this be a thing?
You think that all that we've been fighting so far have been under the influence of the Mahawk?
I mean, if they got Calyx over here,
Yeah.
they could get anybody.
I
Anyway.
suppose it's theoretically possible. Do we know of any tests that can be run to see if mind control did happen?
No, and this is one of the reasons the Mahawk are such a threat, is because of their mind control ability, and the fact that the Lazardo were originally able to overthrow them was such a big deal, because that's what it took was how to stave this off. So this is why, and this is really why people are so terrified. I mean, there's other reasons. They're very powerful even otherwise, but this is why people are so terrified of them, is they do have this ability. They do seem to have a proximity to get control over you, but it lasts. So when the ghosts of Kraus who first unleashed them were under their control, they actually traveled all the way to Mechatol Rex, and they were still under the control of the Mahawk, even though the Mahawks didn't go with them. Right? So you don't know, how, and it's been thousands of years since anybody's actually really experienced this before. So the
Okay.
knowledge of this has been long forgotten. You don't know how long it lasts, how complete the control might be, how it might be
okay.
overcome. This is
Yeah,
literally
also-
what they were trying to have you figure out when they sent you down to the archives.
That was what I was just gonna say. Is like if there's any anecdotal evidence of somebody who has come out of the mind control,
Well, you had a book of it.
and then yeah, that wench. Sorry,
Traitor.
I'm a little bit upset about somebody trying to blow us all up,
Yeah.
Well, we're still trying to find her.
and we
Oh,
will.
yeah.
And I
Remember
have
that
a
part?
That's
have
technically
a-
your mission right now.
I have a
Technically,
cattle
it
prod
is.
ready for her.
I mean, maybe they knew we were coming somehow. I don't know
Gee, I
how
don't
they know.
They got spies everywhere.
It's probably Lazardo.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Good buddy.
You too?
Can the Mahakti even affect
It's
the
all of
Argrek?
us.
Yeah.
If they can affect the ghosts,
If
I
they
would
can affect the
assume so.
ghosts, they can probably affect anyone.
Ooh boy.
Well, then I
Spooky.
don't know about even the Nalu, as far as I know.
Except maybe the Imperiums. I mean, they are a pretty master race. Yeah.
Nobody seems to have been immune before. They ruled the galaxy.
Well, what do we think, gang? I mean, we
Think-
can.
We go to Abaddon and we get some answers.
Yep. That sounds like the route forward for us.
Are we done with this ship?
We didn't
But-
seem to find much on the derelict vessel. So
Yeah, is
Well, we
it
got some-
eligible or should we just blow it up or push it into the sun or
leave it in the middle of the lane for somebody to hit in hyperdrive.
Yeah, we'll push it out of the way. Side of the road.
I don't. Yeah. Is there any kind of protocol for what you do after you've taken out an enemy vessel in space?
Well, probably whenever you get back to headquarters, you're gonna have a lot of paperwork.
Sure. But what do we
I
do
just-
with the actual
Normally,
vessel?
in a case like this, you would take the transponder, which is it's essentially like it would act kind of as a black box.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
this one's been erased anyway.
I mean, probably take it anyway. See if somebody
Yeah.
can recover it in the future. If it's easy enough to take.
Yeah,
then
your main
you should.
protocol would be grab the transponder.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I
any
was
ghosts or-
talking more about the actual vessel itself. Like, should we be looking to completely destroy it, or like
There would be no
like was
protocol.
suggested,
There'd be no
push it out of the
rules.
way?
It's
or
really
just
salvage
floats?
rights at this point because you're not in anybody's territory.
Yeah, that's the whole idea though. Is it salvageable?
Oh, not really.
No.
You're not going to repair it, no, for sure.
Aside from the
We-
jacuzzi.
And the part you
Take
guys,
some-
other than the bathroom and the jacuzzi, maybe really nice faucets or something.
Can we take some plating?
Well, it was actually the plating won't be useful. It's had an energy shield.
How
as
about yeah,
opposed
the
to heavy
shield
armor.
generator?
But the shield generator is blasted.
Ah, who did that?
You're welcome.
It was teamwork.
Yeah, and we've already established too the technology is a little alien for you guys to
Yeah.
really make what's what.
Yeah, we tried. I think we tried our salvage.
You did get
Let's-
6 guns out of it.
7
and a
Seven.
cool sword.
Oh, and a cool sword. Yeah,
Mhm.
and a
Eh,
jacuzzi,
no bad deal.
and a jacuzzi, and a bad
some
deal.
water and some food.
Yeah,
And suspicion.
Hey, was there any beds over there?
yeah. Actually, they would have had beds. Yeah, for the non-ghosts.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Could
Yeah,
use
we
some
can grab
also
some of those.
so
I'm
nobody
gonna fluff a pillow, see what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a ghost.
Well, I mean,
pillow.
we've got 12 refugees left still, so they could
Yeah.
use some beds probably.
They're freaking out. They're calming down, and they'll apologize probably. There's like, we're so sorry, guys. Like they caught us by surprise. We were unarmed. We were just trying to regroup, but you blasted him before we could jump in.
Oh yeah, it's our fault he didn't help.
It always is.
I'm bleeding over here.
Sometimes the best thing to do is just get out the way.
Yeah.
And I can't do anything else to help Lazardo at this point, right?
No.
Try as I might.
I want to put on my deductive reasoning cap here and suggest, or at least posit, that if the sentient creatures aboard that vessel were under control of the Mentak, would it be reasonable to assume that they would be living under more Spartan living conditions and less luxuries? That
Well, it's
would be-
Mahak, not Mentak, and that's important for pockets, probably.
Oh, right.
I was thinking that.
All you species sound the
Yeah,
same
well,
to me.
that's the weird thing. They still seem like, with this newly installed jacuzzi and the beds and blankets, they didn't lose all interest in normal comforts, it seems like.
Well, and we still don't
So,
know for
not
sure.
that
You don't
that
know
they
for
were
sure that they were under control either.
under my control, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Like, I was just looking for some
Yeah.
evidence. That's all.
Oh,
So
I
it's
should-
not
I
not
should shut up.
definitive.
Yeah,
There's no posters like I love the Mahawked
yeah.
anywhere. like a Mahawk boy group.
There was clearly a deliberate effort to get rid of information.
No like symbols scribbled on the walls.
No.
Which seems odd for a pirate, right? Like, if you're a pirate, wouldn't you be looking more to survive and trade information for your life, right?
They wiped it. They've clearly got something to hide.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely makes me suspicious, but I don't know like what avenue we can follow if we have no information. It means we don't know where the ship came from. We don't know where it was docked from. What's the range on a ship this size, Brian?
Well, with the ghost ship, do an
Yeah.
easy xenology check.
While you're doing that, I was wondering if we could scan for like an energy signature in its wake or something.
Yeah, if you want to roll maybe a hard computers check.
Let's just let Bruce do both of those.
Sounds like a Bruce roll.
I love this. Like anything anybody comes up with, oh, man, just roll some dice. Just keep
Yeah.
clicking the button.
If it's not punching, I'm pretty useless.
4 successes, 1 advantage on the easy xenology to find
Yeah,
out the
so-
range of the ship.
The ghosts of Creus famously can be anywhere at any time. They're masters of the wormhole.
Right. So this ship has massive range.
It could really have popped out of anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
They
geez.
have the power to. Some ships, maybe not the smaller ships like this, but their larger ships can even generate wormholes out of nowhere.
Right.
So,
don't the
This one
Imperians
did
do
try,
something
though.
similar?
no.
I thought the
This ship-
Imperians like didn't use warp drives or something.
They have
like,
different
fold
technology,
space or
but
something.
they don't pop through as much as like ghosts do.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the other check that I was doing, Roman?
I was just searching for an energy signature that might in the wake of the ship that might show
That
where
might
it came
indicate
from,
where it came from. So you
like
can
a
maybe-
direction.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that was hard computers.
yeah,
5 successes and 1 threat.
yeah. So it is pretty obvious that this kind of its energy signature doesn't go near it. There's no trail. It does seem like it kind of popped out of nowhere.
Balls.
They tried to open a wormhole during battle, and it fizzled out.
I
Yep.
remember this. Yes.
It looks something like that. Yeah, either they were trying to open, yes. But I don't know how to track that.
Is the wormhole generator intact on the ship?
Well, you wouldn't know because you wouldn't recognize it.
Oh no.
Just go back through. What one of these things would make a wormhole?
Well, it didn't quite make a wormhole though. They tried.
They
Yeah.
tried. So it's not completely destroyed, but it's not intact either.
So
This is where Pockets just
It's-
presses every button on the enemy ship and sees what happened.
Yeah.
is the astrogation still?
I think it's like completely busted though. There's like no
their
power.
astrogation maps and stuff would have all been wiped.
Hmm.
They basically just formatted their drive.
Well, we could remove the hard drive and try to hack it that way.
Yeah, though that the
Take a long time.
transponder would have the records of anything that happened in the system.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we
If-
take
if
the
it can be
transponder
recovered.
with us,
Yeah.
if it can be recovered,
Mhm.
it's probably easier to recover it once we're on
You
planet.
would need highly specialized equipment, especially for a ghost ship.
Mhm. All right. Well, I don't know if we're gonna find too much else. So
I'm happy to move on.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yep.
So otherwise, it's just a bit of a journey to Abaddon. It's only a couple days from this point, from this end of the hyperlane. You do luckily have a little bit of extra food now because of the loss of 3 people. And actually, that Surly and Nikki had brought quite a bit, and they will actually take turns, like rotations, piloting with Calix and Marie, who are still now, they're getting more and more excited. Like the farther the distance from the fight, then more and more stoked and excited they're getting about what happened. Like it's now a big story that they're like really stoked about telling, right? So all their social media pages are probably just popping. But you're gonna pull up eventually. You're gonna see Abaddon off in the distance, and you're pulling up. You're gonna be pulling towards a large space station. Well, actually, this be not a large, a small space station, really, at this city. A bit of a space station, and the freighter pulls up and docks next to it. And they're gonna pull out, what are those things called, like the walkways to an airplane?
Oh, like gantry?
The what?
Like a gantry?
Is that what it's called? I
It's
swear I've
the
never
thing
heard
that
that word in
attaches,
my
right?
life. It's
The
the
thing that
airplane
attaches-
attaching
Yeah.
mechanism.
A
I can't remember
ladder.
what
I thought that was the term.
I can't remember what it's called.
Apparently it's a gantry.
A ladder.
Anyways,
A gantry is it's the type of crane that's on wheels on a shipyard.
oh no, not that one. Like, it's like a tube.
Oh,
When you
okay,
walk
like
from
a-
like your terminal into the airplane.
Hmm.
Anyways, that happens.
That thing.
Up to your airlock. And they pull you in. So the settlers here are they seem like they're not settlers, I say, the people you rescued from the planet are getting really excited, but they're standing behind waiting for you guys. The captain's going to leave first, and she'll have a little ID that she'll flash. There's going to be people on the inside. So there's going to be a couple people in uniforms at like desks. Just imagine like a international airport type of a thing. And then there's going to be obviously security standing there. They're all human, various skin tones.
It's been a couple of days. Is Lazardo better?
No, he'll have to wait another 5 days before we can try another medicine check on him.
I'll set his arm up in a sling so it
You just-
doesn't hurt him as
You
much.
just got to
as
take
walking.
it easy, And he'll be all right. He can walk around stuff. He just can't do anything strenuous without taking strain.
No Pilates for a little while.
No Pilates for a bit. Yeah. The woman who's actually checking everyone in, she's got brown skin and black hair. And she'll check through the crew of the freighter, just checking their IDs first, and they'll stand to the side. And they'll start talking to somebody on the side about repairs that they're going to need to arrange and things like that. So they're not coming all the way in. They're actually kind of just talking to some people here, like maybe like an emergency crew that's come up to meet you because they can see the ship is in trouble. The colonists are going to be told to wait. They can't come in, so they're going to start getting questioned at one of the terminals. But the lady, the brown skinned, black haired lady, and she'll have probably a name tag that says Priya. Oh no, sorry, her name's Sandra Patel. Sandra is going to talk to you. She's like, okay, I have, because you guys have never been on this planet before, we just need to have you come to my office and fill out some paperwork and we'll get you registered. We're going to do this separately from these other folk because, we've been told they've kind of been stranded on the planet. We're trying to get in contact with their families. So you just come with me. We just have a few things to discuss before we let you down to the planet's surface.
I immediately don't trust her.
Okay.
Did she say please?
Yeah.
I'm very much like, what am I gonna say to set this up? Pox will be like,
Okay.
okay, sounds great.
Okay. All right. You
Alright.
guys follow her?
Yeah,
Mhm.
let's go.
Begrudgingly.
She'll lead you to a room. It's got like 4 nice soft looking chairs, and then she'll have a desk in here. And she'll be, oh, please have a seat. Just sit down. So I just understand here, are you Pockets, Bruce, Lazardo, and Pasha? I've been led to believe.
Yep.
Okay, good. No, I had to separate you from the rest of the group. We've received a message from Genus, which at least probably Bruce knows is a major city on this planet, much larger than Allium. There was a message from Mechatol Rex for you, and it just said when at your earliest ability, when you go back to Mechatol Rex, Ilonus has sent a message that he and Delinia of the Sparkling Oasis would like to meet with you.
Oh, well, when we get back.
Okay, yeah. Other than that, I'm going to give you a temporary pass to get you on the planet. I do realize you're here on official business. So we don't want to hold you up too long. But people are going to ask for your ID. You don't need to tell them that you're Caleres or that you work for the. I'm just going to give you these fake but real passes to get you around on the planet without any obstruction.
Okay, sounds good.
Will these
Okay.
grant us diplomatic immunity?
No, if you do, we can't do that for if any laws you do break down there. You're on your own.
I just love that that's the first question. Hey,
It worries me
what
a
happens if
little
we kill
bit.
people?
All right.
Diplomatic immunity.
I don't want you to hold here any longer. The other people with you will be a while because we do have to process them properly. But in your case, you go straight down. If you have any questions, of course, you can ask before you go.
Do we have jurisdiction to enforce the law
This
here on Abaddon?
planet does not consider itself part of the Galactic Council. They're not going to respect any such notions. But it's not a particularly strict or difficult planet to live on. Allium in particular is quite open to foreign ideas and policies. Common sense dictates: don't steal, don't murder. You know, look both ways before you cross the street, and you should be fine.
Does she know anything about our mission?
Are you asking
Or
her that?
have you been briefed at all of our situation?
I've only been told that you work. You're essentially that you're a special force for the Galactic Council. But yeah, we understand that your mission is top secret. I haven't been told anything regarding your mission besides that I need to let you through without any trouble. And
Okay.
not all the government on this planet would be compliant with a galactic order like that. But I feel it's probably in our best interest not to form a conflict with them either. So we've made these passes specially for you. Any other officials you run into may or may not respect your position as a Caleres.
All right.
That's
well,
fair.
we will do our best to behave, and Bruce will look without eyes at Pasha.
All right. Well, I don't want to keep you too long because I know you have business to attend to.
Yeah,
Thank you.
business.
All right.
Okay.
How
So
do we
when-
get to the planet from here?
Oh, there's a space elevator.
Oh,
When it's just the four of us on the space elevator, I'm gonna question these guys. What do you guys think? We're on a manhunt on a planet. We're looking for Eiley, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know where to
So-
start.
That's kind of what I'm getting at is how open do we want to be about the fact that we're trying to find a person, or I think she was Winaran, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking for a Winaran. I don't know how much they would stick out at this on this planet. I don't know how many Winarans come out this far, but involving the local authorities would be the easy way. But if they're not going to respect our authority, then it's not going to be a good one, right?
maybe
Yeah,
we-
we just have to go to places we know she would go. Like she's a historian.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be something around that.
Now it's a little far back, so I might just want to throw a reminder in. You guys did find a clue.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we had a note or something. It was C37.
Actually, I made a
Allium?
mistake when I said it originally. It's supposed to be L37.
L37.
I just couldn't read my handwriting when I
Wow.
said it.
Wow,
Is
maybe
that,
that's what
is
she
that
said
a
it to.
quadrant or a location or
Well,
something? in
I think I
Allium?
sent you all the notes because you already rolled your knowledge for Allium, and I sent you the note.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have notes.
I don't think I was there.
Bruce knows. Matt may have forgotten, but Bruce knows something.
I have a document. Dun, 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 Bruce has a memory. All right, give me a minute. I need to read stuff. Talk amongst yourselves.
well, can
Yeah,
you-
seems like a
can-
nice planet.
Yeah. Look at all the stuff you can see out the window. It's
Yeah,
pretty
actually, if
sweet.
you're looking out the window, so it's a town. It probably looks like it's maybe, let's say, 10 to 20,000 population. So it's not huge compared to what some of you are used to. There on the off to one side, there is a rather large red lake
Oh,
that would stand out on the terrain.
What other color? Like, is there vegetation or?
Yeah, the vegetation looks like normally green, although maybe a little bit of a red ring around the lake.
Yeah. Neat.
So, Bruce is going to explain that Allium is a district on Abaddon that serves as a waypoint for travelers, primarily freight ships and patrols. Ships dock at a space station where maintenance can be done, as well as small hotel rests. Primarily, pilots and passengers take a space elevator, which is what we're on right now, going to the surface. While Abaddon is known for its mountains, Allium is located in the plains near Blood Lake, known for its crimson water caused by a local algae. How am I doing so far, Brian?
Excellent.
The district is divided into 19 zones, each of which building numbers has, each with building numbers as their address. Thus, L37, which is what is on our note, is a specific building in Zone L. You guys will be happy to note that this particular building is a small bar or casino called the Red 9. Yeah, that's what I got for you guys.
All right.
let's go play some slots.
I've been paid for a while. I don't know.
And it is Allium is a very mixed demographic, so most of the people here are going to be of many races.
Yeah. There's a variety of mix, but the bulk would be human.
There you go.
But there's going to be a little bit of everything.
So one thing that we should probably remember is that 3 of us have met Eiley before and Pockets has not, right?
Correct.
So we
Should I go
could-
in undercover?
we could potentially use that to our advantage. I think if she sees me walking around the bar, she may flee.
Can I wear an outfit?
You would already be disguised as yourself, but I'm sure you could wear whatever you would like to.
Cowboy hat.
I was thinking, yeah, I want to dress like a cowboy. So I was thinking the exact same thing for some reason. Just like got the chaps and the spurs.
Mosey into the casino.
I believe it is acceptable as long as you call someone a pilgrim.
Perfect. I'll have them all fooled.
All right, now we have
Let's
to
do
find
it.
We have to go find a cowboy hat. Oh man, I hate the side quests.
What is local time as we land?
You know what? I haven't calculated the calendars and clocks for every planet. So let's say it's
What?
mid-afternoon looking.
Okay. Yeah, it's just
And the days are different lengths on every planet. So
Bar casinos are more
Yeah.
open at night, and
yeah.
it would probably be good for us to find somewhere that we can stay. Because I'm assuming that wasn't sorted out for us, was it?
No.
Okay. Well, there are local shops, bars, and that in the districts G through M.
There will also be right at the base of the space elevator. I can't remember if I wrote that in.
A1 is a large hotel casino,
Yeah.
which is probably right there at the base, right?
Yeah, I think so. I'd have to pull up my notes, but I think so. Yeah, like right with the space elevators where some of the major tourist attractions and stuff are going to be.
It is the only time that you said hotel in this entire document, so
Okay.
might be the only one we got.
And there might be smaller ones around the town, but yeah, the main ones are all going to be around the space elevator. And there's a big one.
Yeah, so we may as well. I think it's probably pertinent for us to book into a room because we're going to have all of our stuff with us, get that deposited, and then we'll have to scope out this casino. It's kind of the best lead that we have. So
Sounds good.
do we have any way of having a sketch or photo of Eiley?
Well, you wouldn't have one, no.
Can we
But do
make
you want me
one?
to show you a picture of her?
Wouldn't
You
that
have
have been in
to.
our dossier?
Oh,
at the
I can
beginning?
draw.
Okay.
Describe her to me, guys.
Do you want me to bring her up?
I know she had
Lazardo, you had some
fangs.
kind of really good memory, right?
Mm,
Your
You
character might have.
yes, well, you see, sometimes I have flashes of memory from a distant life.
But not
Recent
flashes of memory from 3
This
weeks
life.
ago.
Yeah.
Sure, I remember what she looks like. Sure.
Okay, I'm just going to share screen here. If I can remember how to share screen.
Because we have to somehow describe to Pockets what she looks like, so that
Yeah.
if Pockets is going in, she knows who to look for, right?
Wait, how come I'm not seeing it on my share screen options?
And I think the plan is you just get her absolutely hammered at the bar, and then just, drink her under the table and drag her out. Easy.
I
No
can't, for
problem.
some reason, it's not
Foolproof.
coming up on my share screen thing. Do you guys remember what she looks like?
I don't recall.
She's a
I
her-
Winaran.
I have a, yeah, she had like, basically she had like blue skin and yellow hair. Like maybe like shoulder length hair.
And hopefully Winaran aren't too common on the planet. So
Yeah. She's more blue than normal. I think most of them are more yellowy skinned.
Okay.
oh, there you go. Easily identified.
Yeah.
And she's somewhere between the ages of like 14 and 87.
Yeah, she would have been like probably like 40-ish if you're going to use the humans as a comparison.
Sure.
Blue skin Winaran, yellow, mid-length hair, 40-ish.
Yeah.
I remember her rubbing her hands together, going, "Excellent!" a
She,
lot.
she loved to say excellent while rubbing her hands.
That should have been a red flag.
Smells like a traitor.
Didn't think so. We had no idea what she was talking about.
All right. So are we hoteling it right now, or are we going?
Oh
to
yeah,
this
if you're going in,
bar?
if you're going into the big hotel casino, it's gonna be really fancy and glamorous. There's gonna be a lot of noise and flashing lights. Like if you've ever walked through like I would say more of a big Reno casino as opposed to a Vegas one.
Oh,
But,
they're all going to assume that I'm a mascot, aren't they?
well, you're gonna get a lot of looks. Lazardo is gonna get a lot of ugly glares.
Just
I'm not-
Lazardo?
Only awkward one.
Yeah, people are paying more attention to Lazardo than they are of Bruce. Bruce is probably getting a lot of
Uh-oh.
weird looks. Don't think people are ignoring you.
Well,
But
that's
don't wanna-
Lazardo's getting a lot of,
But
grimace.
not Pockets.
Scowls.
No,
not the guy with the 7 rifles.
no.
You'd think these people hadn't seen a resurrected corpse before.
Well, they're probably all strapped to my back, anyways.
You should try to sell some of those so that we can pay for the hotel.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Never thought of that.
Speaking of, the hotel rooms are a bit in the pricey range here.
Well, all of the
That
money
should
that
cover
I
it.
spent on items went to Pasha, so he can pay for my bed.
All right.
How much?
Well, it's per room, not per person. So there's that. But you're looking at 500 credits.
All
For
right,
one night?
Holy
They got-
moly.
Well, it depends what level of room you want. That'd be the nice room. That would
I'll
sleep
take a
5 of you
blaster
comfortably.
off my back and put it on the counter and say, "There
You
you
guys
go."
want to get like the smallest room they're probably going to have available would be like 300 per night, but it's going to be like a one bedder. It'd be nice, but it's going to be like a one bed.
This is where I negotiate.
Yeah,
There's
do they
lots of
haggle.
other places. I'd say we go.
There are cheaper
do-
ones around, but not yeah. But you
How
got-
do they
serious.
feel about a weird leathery bat person sleeping on their roof?
Yeah.
Well, let's see what Pasha's work comes up with here.
Yeah, I'm gonna negotiate. I'm gonna give him 1 heavy blaster rifle for 4 rooms.
4 rooms. Well, that's not kind of how it works. We just see how you roll your roll, and then I'll determine the distance.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, we can also probably share rooms.
You could share rooms, yeah. So yeah, if you want to
We've
roll,
literally been sharing
I'll
a
knock off
whatever.
10%,
A small hole in the
knock off
wall.
10% for success.
No, a small hole in the ship.
Let's
Right,
see
we almost got sucked out.
Negotiation.
Yeah, you're going to be rolling your cunning versus their presence.
And remember, they do this for a living, so
Yeah.
it'll be easy.
Although you're talking to like a lackey at the front counter, not the just be some some dude in a little fez. Hello, sir. Welcome to the hotel. What can I do for you?
Rules. I need a room, maybe 2 rooms.
Okay.
And I
Looking at
want
our bronze, silver, or gold.
what's the benefits of each package?
Well, the bronze is your basic 1 bed. It's got a double bed. Everything comes with a full television, fitted bathroom, jetted tubs. There's going to be access to room service. But the silvers, you get a larger room with a lounge, and the gold will have a kitchen. And if I might say so, much larger space.
You may not say so.
Interesting.
Oh,
Interesting.
apologize, miss. I take it back.
A kitchen killed my mother.
Oh wow, we won't get a kitchen for her then. What do we need a kitchen for? There's a buffet in the casino.
They would also sleep the 4 of you comfortably in 1 room.
Okay, let's go for that.
All right. That'll be 500 a night.
Oh,
How
that's
long are you
pretty
looking at
cheap.
staying here?
I don't know. How long, guys?
Indeterminate.
Indeterminate.
Yeah,
mean,
just bill us by the day.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we'll book you in for tonight.
Yep.
All right. That'll be 500 credits. You pay on exit.
No, I've got a deal.
Oh, on exit. Oh, okay. Well, that changed. Okay.
Hold on. I'm suddenly very suspicious.
Oh no, I was just.
That was
nothing.
such a great
You do-
policy.
You do need to provide your credit card number now, but we won't charge it till you leave.
There you
Okay,
go.
I got my credit card number. Okay, you ready?
Uh-huh.
we can just
Let
put it
me-
on the business card, right?
I
Well, you
5.
have to save the receipt and then submit it at the exchequer when you get back to Mechatol.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't give us a business credit card for
No.
expenses on our trip.
No,
What kind of a boss do we
Let
have?
me negotiate here.
it's not a very well-funded operation.
Hylonas, come on.
Let me negotiate here.
Okay.
See these 7 guns?
Yes.
Now there's 2 ways this will go down.
Uh-huh.
I could trade you one of these guns for
Uh-huh.
the room for the night.
What?
That's
One
fine.
gun for a room for the night.
You see how nice these are?
I mean, they're pretty fancy looking.
Yeah, they are.
Oh,
Trust
man.
me, they're worth a lot of money.
I don't know, man. My boss would kill me.
Full energy core. I'll fire it
Oh,
up. Grrr.
Wow. You'll probably get a tap on the shoulder from behind.
Well, I'm just showing them the merchandise.
Yeah, so you can't arm those indoors here.
Okay.
Please turn that off.
Yes.
They have no opposition to
still-
you carrying it. Just don't turn it on, sir.
Still, it's a great weapon.
I understand people cheat at cards and you got to blast them once in a while.
Every now and then you got to fire
But
first.
keep it in the casino.
Sometimes you got to shoot first.
Yeah. Okay. So you have to roll your negotiation here.
All right. Negotiating. Do I have a difficulty?
Yeah.
Or
it's
am
gonna
I
be
rolling
one
against
green,
this?
or yeah, one purple, one red.
All right. I roll. Anybody want to help me out here with some blue dice?
Not in any way.
How can I help?
Give us a
Um,
deal.
I could like Vanna White with the gun.
Yeah.
know?
Okay.
There you
Sure.
go. Look at how
This-
pretty Pockets is.
Yeah. Oh
Come on.
man. She is
If I
cute.
tried to Vanna White with the gun, I would probably trip. That's how good my agility is.
I got 5 successes.
Oh, sir, it's funny you should bring this up because I was thinking of getting into collecting weapons and a Kraus weapon. My goodness, what a find! They never
Yeah.
really come down here.
Yeah. So each
know what?
day, I'll give you one of these weapons.
I'll take one for the night. Sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Just don't tell my boss, sir. I can put you in a room that he thinks is empty for the night.
No.
Well, otherwise he's not going to let this go down.
Well, you can pay for it. It's only
What?
500.
Oh my goodness, that's like a month's salary.
This weapon is worth way more than 500.
Oh, it might be. It might be.
Yeah, heavy blasters are 700.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'll do it.
Actually, heavy blaster rifles are 1500.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, why didn't we go pawn these
I'm
off?
gonna make a killing at the pawn shop. Thank you, sir.
That's
Deal's
what I'm
over. Goodbye.
Well, I guess we only gave
That's
him
what I'm
one.
saying. We
We
got
only gave
lots
him
of
one.
them. We got lots.
We'll go to a pawn
I did
shop
have
and-
the cash too, if we needed it. So
alright.
I had a backup.
You had a lot of
Well, I've-
successes anyway.
I have
How
a
do you-
bit, but I'm trying to
Oh, this is.
save up for something.
Wait till I tell Scott. He's gonna be so.
How do you
jealous.
guys have money? I have 100 credits.
We
I have
got paid.
1900.
We got paid. You bought
Oh,
stuff.
Did I
For
forget to
me.
get paid?
I think
bought
you bought a
stuff
lot
for
of like
me.
medical packs and things.
I did. I bought a lot of medical packs and stuff, and then I definitely gave one of my investigation packs away. so-
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gave that to me. I've got that.
All right, good. As long as it hasn't gone to waste. You know,
No.
when we were doing an investigation to try to find information on the spaceship.
So you're
Yeah.
actually you're gonna get like a third floor room. It's not the top levels, but it's nice high up room. It's quite large. There's only 2 beds, but there are some comfortable sofas. It is quite a large living room area.
I'll be hanging on to the outside of the building out the window anyway. So
Okay, it's got a balcony, so
I imagine like you just like a bat hanging
Yeah.
off the
Yeah.
balcony, holding on with your feet.
yeah, I'll definitely be sleeping outside because that's where most
Yeah.
of the starlight's going to come in.
and
So
yeah, and the way you're facing, you're gonna get some good starlight as well.
perfect.
So
Nice. Couple
Okay.
beds, big TV, kitchen.
yeah.
Make some coffee.
Just chill out, put on the fuzzy slippers and a robe. You know,
I should mention it is still like mid-afternoon, so it's still light out.
Brian, I
fine.
chill out, put on fuzzy slippers and
Okay.
a robe.
I mean, you can.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, if you guys want to chill for a while, that's cool.
I
Yeah, it's
stick
not
out
like
like a
our-
sore thumb.
It's not like we're way behind on our mission already.
Now,
That's
there is
fine.
a stocked fridge here.
Don't touch anything.
Our
Don't
violence
listen
has
to 'em.
gained us something.
What's
Don't
in the
touch
fridge,
anything.
though?
It's got
It's
lots
way
of
too
drinks
expensive.
and snacks.
Yep.
Bruce is acting as your conscience here and telling you not to eat out of the minibar. We can go out for meals.
Is
Don't
that a
eat this
makeshift
stuff.
charcuterie
This suite
board?
does have a kitchen actually too.
Hmm.
It doesn't have food in it. The fridge just has pre-made stuff and drinks.
Okay.
Some local beers.
How far are we from the L district?
Let me look.
Imagine, I don't know how you guys are feeling, but you can
Yes.
always-
Oh, so the name of the casino is the Hope. Or it's Hope,
The
sorry. Yeah, the Hope.
Hope Casino?
Yeah, the Hope Casino.
Oh, that's not what you told me.
That's what it
Oh.
says here in your notes.
That's
There
not
is no
what it
hope.
said.
Okay.
It's called the Red Nine.
No, the Red Nine's the one you're heading to. The one you're staying in is the Hope.
Oh, I got it. All right.
You never want to stay where you're going to. Then your
Yeah.
enemy knows where you are.
Sorry, I thought you were saying the one we were heading to was called the Hope.
No, the one you're heading to is the Red Nine. But the one you're heading to is
In a different city.
no. Yes. It's on the other side of the planet.
It's in
yeah.
District L. We're in District A right
Yeah,
now, so it could
yeah,
be a
so
little ways. But
There's no rhyme or reason to the layouts. If you look at a map, and which you could easily find a map in the hotel of the city, it's not like they labeled these in alphabetical order. I don't think you would know what the order is. There is a sense to it, but it wouldn't be apparent by looking at a map. But L would be probably halfway across town. So if you walk there, it'd probably be like 45 minutes.
oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not a huge town.
All right.
Shall we?
Sorry, TK, you were saying something before?
Well, sorry. Like we can do that. I just wasn't sure how long this might take, and I know it's getting close to 9:30, but I don't know. How are you guys
Yeah, this might be, I mean, this could be a good stopping point.
It does
Yeah.
feel like a good stopping point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we start next session with going to the Red 9. My
Yeah, 'cause
cowboy outfit.
I'm sure that, yeah, by the time we find you a cowboy outfit and somehow hide Bruce behind a corner of something,
Mhm.
and then you go in there and Pasha shoots up all the locals, then
I'll wear
we'll-
a ghost helmet on my face so she won't
It,
recognize
it might
me.
be worth mentioning as well that L is a residential area primarily.
She won't
Yes.
recognize
Okay.
me because I'll have a ghost helmet on.
perfect.
Yeah, she'd be like, Pasha didn't wear a ghost helmet. That can't be him.
Mhm.
He wore a blue shirt. That's not him.
Yeah, I think I agree with that though. If I much prefer to end things on good story points than just because we run out of time.
Because of
So,
time. Yeah, it's a good resting point here, I think. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Runs for
and
rooms.
once again, Roman, I am so sorry
Oh, that's okay.
that you keep getting.
I
We'll try
rolled the
not
crit.
to-
I
That
mean,
is true.
this
Matt
is
did
on me.
roll. Matt did roll that one.
I rolled the crit and I rolled the failure to cure. So
No.
It always feels like Lazardo's getting picked on. But
That's-
Lazardo's
where-
like Stubbs the zombie,
Yeah.
just keeps taking a licking and
Yeah.
keeps on taking.
I mean, I guess your job is punching bag, really,
Yeah.
in the group.
Yeah,
So
I like the
That's good.
visual
This
that I
is-
get every time I take a beating.
yeah.
today I saw some of my worst rolls of the campaign, like not
Yeah.
including my combat rolls, which are laughable to be at best. So like, yeah, my melee attack is 2 green versus 2 purple. I'm never gonna hit with melee, right?
Yeah.
But like my medicine checks are 3 yellows and a green, plus a blue
Still-
dice if I'm healing
still miss.
wounds. Like
Yeah.
it's
Gosh.
Yeah,
it's
last
almost
session.
as good as I can.
And the same
What?
thing happened with the arm too, didn't it?
Yeah, I failed the arm one as well. I don't remember if that was a 3 difficulty or if it was less, but
Well, I think we got to give a lot of credit to Pockets because she shot up that ship really good.
That was a really good shot.
Yeah.
on the
So
first
many
Marauder.
crits.
So many.
Yeah.
Oh,
sucker.
no
That was
kidding.
great.
And the other.
Oh yeah,
ship
the
too.
first Marauder too. I mean,
First
I
one you
do
got
have
in
really
one.
good because it's agility.
Yeah.
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 I have a rank, and yeah, my agility's 4, so I get.
Well, yeah, you're
and then
the,
with those bonus dice, it's just like
you've got the best gunnery skill, I think, out of all of us, right?
Yeah, I got to
Yeah,
increase
well,
my gunnery a bit.
I just have 1 rank in it, but
If you have
because my
3,
agility
you
is
have
4,
agility, yeah.
Yeah.
then that adds a lot.
Well,
and then yeah, any blue die, it's just like
jam.
As comparison, I would have 1 green dice if I tried to shoot a gun off the spaceship. So
Yeah, actually, you guys were really lucky because those missiles were terrible,
yeah.
and you're lucky it hit the. You were lucky you rolled a 12 because the if you rolled like a 3, it would have been the bridge.
Ooh.
Ooh. that would have been bad.
Yeah,
Oof.
That would have
it
been
would have
Bruce
been
in
your worst
space.
case scenario. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So when we spoofed it, did it actually did it have a good effect on it, or was it just like add 1 black dice?
It
to
actually
roll
it
kind of thing?
fired. It fired really really well. So the extra purple, it just rolled really well. So
Oh,
the
okay.
spoof increases the chance of a miss, but it just rolled too many successes.
Mm.
Yeah.
But so it still hit, but then it was just random where it hit because it wasn't targeting a
Right.
specific part of the ship.
Yeah, the ship actions are a little bit confusing to me still. We just haven't done
Yeah.
it very much, right?
Yeah,
Because like
Mhm.
the spoof missiles, there's just a lot of text to read, but it's a computer 2 difficulty.
yeah,
But if successful, any attacks against the crew member's vehicle using weapons with the guided will have their difficulties increases by 1, plus 1 upgrade per additional 2 advantage.
yeah. So if you can spend advantage to make it more and more difficult.
Right. But it's weird because it's like the multiple successes don't help with that ability.
Yes. Yeah.
But then when I do that, what was the other one? The scan is like every 2 successes gives you additional critical hits that you affect with it. With
Yes.
the double roll for crits, right?
I didn't make the rules. I have to.
Yeah, no, it's just something I have to.
Well,
get
you
used
kind
to.
of did.
I made some of the rules, but yeah. So that's actually I deliberately put an opponent ship with missiles because I wanted to help try to wanted to figure out how they work because I've never seen them before, used them before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
So
Yeah, and I definitely tried to ask you if they were fighting each other at the very
I'm very
beginning.
sorry. I might have missed it. I might have been looking at the notes.
Which is why it
we'll
seems
see
so
in the
much
replay
like
on
I-
the video.
But I remember you
Like I thought
saying
they
that,
were.
and I was actively thinking, I was like, oh, he thinks they're fighting each other.
Yeah.
But
I mean, really, it's not a big deal. I don't think it would have
No,
changed
no.
too
I think
much.
too much.
It still makes sense for us to take out the little ships because taking out more instances of damage is
Well,
probably effective,
The other thing
right?
with the large ship is all of its weapons took a round to reload, and that's why they didn't fire the second round.
Okay.
But because the ship, at that point, pockets had damaged the cannon, but it was still functional.
Yeah,
But,
but
they had
it
to
was taking some
recharge
pretty
it.
big negatives.
Yeah, they had to
and
recharge
then,
it, so it didn't fire.
Yeah, and then on the third round is when we took out the missile bay, right?
Yeah, so you took out the missile
Yeah.
bay before it could
We
fire
got
a
a few
second
crits,
missile.
yeah.
Because those
Yeah, so
missiles are brutal.
That was probably honestly good target selection by us, which is good.
Oh yeah, it worked out really well. It could have gone a lot worse.
Yeah.
So I thought we might have a TPK on our hands.
Ooh.
It's difficult too because we don't know our ship's capabilities, but in that situation, you really wouldn't know your ship's capabilities. So
it's not
it's
your
true,
ship.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not our ship. So
Yeah.
But it's
The
not.
snake-
It's not a ship designed to fight. It's a ship designed to hold off small pirate ships more than
Yeah.
anything.
yeah, which is why it does really good against the little
Yeah, the
little
little
fighters
guys.
that are coming through, but not so good against the big guy with the big gun, right?
Yeah.
But we managed to cut down their shields a bit, get a few good shots in, and
Dropping their shields helped a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, wonder, and all your crits. You guys kept rolling crits on that thing.
the crits were fun. That was really fun. Yeah.
So many crits.
That deactivated the missile launcher, and that was, I think that's what I was considering the major threat was the missile.
Yeah.
So they only have 3 missiles though, so they can only do that 3 times.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
They probably didn't
Oh.
need to do it a whole lot of times for us.
We should have scavenged those other missiles. We could
Oh yeah,
sell
that's
them.
true. They did have missiles too and left in the bay.
Didn't think of it.
Yeah.
So
Let's go back.
So how much actual damage did the cannon do versus the missiles?
The damage, okay, so the cannon does more direct damage, but the missile has a lot of features on it, like breach, so it ignores a lot of armor. It has a
Okay.
blast radius, so if it had hit the bridge, everybody in the bridge would have taken damage. Whereas a turbo laser would just do direct damage to the hull.
Okay.
So yeah, it has stuff like that. Well, I think that's
Yeah,
mainly
it's
it. Blast and breach were the 2 big missile ones. And then the turbo laser had a little breach, but it didn't have blast.
Okay. Cool.
All right, session.
For our characters, we gain 15 experience again.
15 XP. Yeah.
Okay.
It's all good.
And then are we able, because we've rested for 2 days, right? So we should be at how's our
Your
wounds and strain
Your
looking?
strain's gone. The wounds, you can do a medicine check at the end of each encounter. So when we arrived, you could do one there if you wanted to do one like at the space elevator.
Okay, does anybody need wounds healing?
Yes.
Anybody important?
I took none. I was in a
No,
cozy, cushy turret the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm just
we're
kidding,
not-
Roman.
not taking
Roman,
any-
how are you for your threshold? Because I think that matters for my difficulty level.
I have 5 wounds taken of 14 total. So
5
just
wounds
over a
taken of
third.
14 total. So that makes it a 1 difficulty, right? Because it's less than half.
Less than half would be 1. Yeah.
Okay. And
Come
now
on, good roll.
now my med pack gives me an extra blue dice to medicine checks, and my surgeon passive will kick in when my character makes a medicine check to heal wounds. The target heals 1 additional wound. So we can roll this and get 3 successes and 5 advantages.
Okay. So 3 wounds healed, lots of strain healed.
Yeah, my rolls have been really bad today. Like on the 3 yellow dice that I rolled there, I got 4 advantage and nothing else.
Oh,
The blue
Well-
dice came up blank. So
really making up for that session of inaction last time there, Bruce.
You gotta maybe step into it. You can't go from nothing to high,
yeah, you gotta ramp up, right?
pace yourself.
There, I did another roll and it's 5 successes and 1 advantage, plus the bonus wound healed. So
But the point is, Lazardo at least feels really good.
yeah.
Yeah. Just
I
don't
gave
make
you
me
a
do
nice-
anything.
I had to heal you gingerly because I didn't want to hurt your arm anymore, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess Well, I guess we'll call it here. And so Ken, I guess we have a big actual TI game on Saturday.
Yeah.
Ooh, have fun.
But I wish I could invite you guys to, but it's not me hosting.
Yeah, we will have to
All
do one
good.
though.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I'm gonna be doing lots of yard work, so
Okay. That's just as fun.